All right, welcome to the Sebe Cast, number 168 with Devious. Devious, how are we doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. This is a special one for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I actually literally religiously watched your first Hardcore Iron Man series
Really?
back in well, because that was my first Iron Man experience as well. So it was just, I mean,
Also a
not
fun one, man.
it was so much fun, dude. That time period, literally, the release of Hardcore was the most fun I've ever had on this game.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, I love competing in high scores, so that was like perfect for me when that came out.
Yeah, and you had already done like, were you playing an Iron Man beforehand? I can't fully remember where you
Yeah,
were
I
at.
maxed that Iron Man, I think like 2 weeks before Hardcore came out. I
Wow,
literally just went straight into the next account.
that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Hard. So were you like? I mean, obviously it's a fresh high scores then, so like that's already like enticing. But were you kind of like, oh god, I have to do all this again, kind of?
Uh, Kinda. Not as much. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. The main reason I did it was for the views, like new game modes.
Of
You're the
course,
first
yeah.
one to get videos up and whatnot. It's the main reason I did it. And it also, at that time too, if you go back and look at my videos, a lot of them are like 5 to 6 minutes or something because I wanted to upload every day when people were searching hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to have as many videos in the feed as possible. And that was back before like I'm pretty sure YouTube changed over time. Like it seems like it to where likes and comments don't really matter anymore, and it's just all watch time. Back then, it seems like watch time didn't matter as much, so you were able to post like 5 or 6 minute videos and still get in the algorithm a lot.
Mm.
Nowadays, it seems like longer videos do better, so you don't really want to post short videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. So I'm assuming that was like a good growth period for you, just
Dude,
publishing a
it
lot.
took me like 3 years, I think 3 or 4 years to get to, I think it was at 4K, 5K, something like that when Hardcore came out, and I think I gained 10K subs in like 2 days, like when that came out.
Jesus. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it was crazy. I went up to like I think I went from 4K to 40K in like 2 months or something.
Wow. That's so cool. And it was just literally just recording your progress. Like there was
Yep.
your videos were so fun, by the way, to watch. Well, first of all, I was just
Thanks, man.
obsessed with hardcore. So just I needed every piece of content, I just needed it. But on top of that, it was just like the chill, just basic commentary over what you're doing. That's just all you need. That's like the perfect formula.
I know a lot of people have told me over time too. Like I watched a lot of videos and I noticed like most of the time back then, I know people changed it a bit now, but like I think it was like 6 years ago. A lot of people when they did progress videos, they jump around without really saying like where they're going. They just like jump around a lot. And I wanted to make sure that when I was doing something, I was fully explaining what I was doing so people knew what the next clip was going to be. So people playing the game mode had like an idea of what I was doing, why I was doing it. So it's kind of like an interactive guide along with the progress, which it didn't seem like a lot of people are making videos that way.
Yeah, no, I think it was definitely a special time as well because so many people jumped on the bandwagon of hardcore and so
Oh,
many
yeah.
people it was their first experience ever with Iron Man.
Yep.
So
Yeah, a lot of people didn't play normal Iron Man.
yeah, like I literally I vividly remember when you had to go hop charters. And I just remember
Oh
I didn't even
no.
know I didn't know that was a crafting method. I just didn't even know about this. And so I knew I wanted to get high crafting eventually as well. So like just literally watching your video, I vividly remember being like, okay, shit, I gotta do this bullshit charter method, but I
Dude,
just
I hated it. I
gotta
hate
do it.
charters so much. It's so bad.
Thing is, I actually like unironically started enjoying it. It was I think it's like the inner hipster in me. It's like I like things that everybody else hates. It's like there's a part of me that just starts liking it more. I don't know what it is. It's like to be different or something.
For me, I don't know. It's weird with grinds. Like I'll start off hating something at like I hate it, and then it gets to the point where you've done it for so long, you're kind of just used to doing it, so you don't really think about it much anymore. And then when it comes to the time where you're gonna be done with it, like it goes from I hate this to I'm okay doing this, and then when you're almost done with it, you're like, damn, I don't really want to do anything else. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah. That's
feel weird.
that's the weird psychology behind RuneScape. It makes no sense. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, for me specifically, around that time, early 2017 especially, it was just such a fucking blast. And that was like, I mean, beginning of hardcore, I was working like this seasonal job, and I quit. I mean, I literally just full on quit because I just wanted to play RuneScape all day, and then I was going to go back to school. So like, you know, just and then my classes were kind of like struggling toward the beginning, and it was, but I just had so much fun. So that was just a very memorable.
I was
time.
actually in the same boat.
Yeah.
I actually I was a little bit before that, I want to say, because I wanted to go for a first 99 Slayer on normal Iron Man when it came out, and I was like a mil ahead or something at level 97, and I started school again, and I ended up losing because of it.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
It's weird as well thinking back then because the game wasn't super PVM oriented. Like the PVM grinds were literally just to get like certain items, mainly to just grind Slayer more efficiently. Like just kind of what it felt like.
100%. That's what it was. Yeah.
It's so interesting how times have changed so much, and so much of the reason the times have changed and we've become more of like a PVM oriented game is simply because of weird, charming like accidents basically that have been in the game, like red Xing and prayer flicking and all this other stuff. Runelight is a huge deal as well, just being able to know where you are. It's like the whole game has become completely mapped out. It's super PVM oriented, and back then there's just nobody cared.
Yeah, the clients 100% changed so much. The clients are crazy. I remember back then, like looking at some of that stuff, I'm like, how is this allowed? And now, like I like the menu swapping and all that stuff back then. I was like, bro, this has to be bannable. And then they came out and said, yeah, it's menu swaps on RuneLine. It's like, oh, okay, so you can technically do like a 2-to-1, but it's swapping menus.
Yeah. No, it's just it's weird because everything really is just completely subjective. Like we as a community basically decide what the game is. So
yep,
it is odd. I mean, do you remember? I don't know if you used AHK significantly during your skilling.
No, I never did. I just used Windows mouse keys is the only thing I used.
Okay, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like you'd have like those little.
Yeah, I was just scared of AHK because everything around it.
Well, before it was a bannable thing.
I don't even think I really knew about it then.
Okay. Well, I had tried it out a little bit, and it was definitely just like, it was really nice for dropping. It like you had to, if you wanted to be efficient, for example, fishing, you literally had to do it because manually dropping fish was just
it was awful. Yeah.
You just can't, you're not going to right click drop every fucking fish. It's just obnoxious.
That was the only thing I used Windows mouse keys for too. Like I just fishing was awful, bro. I remember seeing somebody set like I don't know who it was on Twitter, but somebody did like a 28-to-1 or something, like a 1-to-28. Like literally click one key and it drops their whole inventory.
Yep, I remember.
I don't remember who that was. That was crazy.
I think it was Trance Music actually.
It's probably.
I literally think the thing is I wasn't even around that. I was such a noob at that time, but there's like little memory, and I wasn't on Twitter either. There's little memories though of it just kind of. I don't know, they're in my brain somehow, so interesting.
For the Vior runecrafting shower, do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it's Vior, but he recorded himself. Like this was before they changed the on Zaya, the blood runecrafting, like before you had to hop between pillars, so you could just sit on one pillar.
Oh yeah, and, at the beginning, yeah.
Jesus yeah, so he sat on a pillar, he clicked it, and he went and took a shower, and the whole time it took him to fill up an inventory.
That is wild.
The video's probably still there somewhere. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was definitely a good update. You know, if you wanted to get like half your player base, you know, to shower. So it was a good little update, or half the skilling player base, I should say. Yeah. No, that was such a shit update, Zaya RC. Like,
dude, the worst part. I'm just gonna touch back on OG Iron Man methods. Like, there's probably so many people that don't realize how awful Iron Man was. The start to grind, like it was terrible. It used to be kill 10k Zora for like 1.2 mil essence or whatever to do lava runes for 99 crafting, and they told us, they said you will need pure essence to be able to use blood runes on Zaya.
Yep.
So everyone grinded Zora, and then it came out that you didn't. Like I literally have like 750k essence and like 7k Zora kills on my Iron Man just sitting in my bank.
It's funny because that's exactly what they said about Guardians of the Rift. They said you would need your essence, and then as soon as you came out, you just don't need it. But
so bad.
It's funny because like I've definitely my mindset has changed drastically since those years. I mean, the game has changed so significantly. It's almost archaic to hold some views that I used to hold, which is that is just the nature of this game and the nature of
Yep.
just like getting older and not caring quite as much about certain things about the game. But definitely at the time, Zaya RC felt like such a downhill update. Like just like this is an update that is going just so against what the quote unquote grind was back then, which is just like
Agreed.
yeah. And back then, to be honest, I think this is actually sort of a flawed attitude, but almost everybody that was outspoken about like certain updates actually followed this like line of thinking was the more tedious and just stupid and masochistic a grind is, that is like that is respectable basically. And like that's
Yeah.
what old school
People
should
wanted
be.
that game to be like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything has to be incredibly hard. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. You're not going to get the level.
Yeah, it's actually like really funny and that was totally acceptable. That's just the mindset we all had. Nowadays, it's like,
Yeah,
bro, just
you see anybody, bro, like trying to change anything, and people just cook the shit out of them.
dude, you look
So
back at old
badly.
tweets. It's like Jesus Christ, we thought so differently back then. I mean, to be fair, we definitely didn't have as much of the new influx of players, which definitely has had, in my opinion, a healthy. Although, there's other aspects. There's probably some things that aren't so great, but a lot of it is a kind of healthy revival of new players and other things that just have different sentiments on the game entirely. Because back then it was like you have all these like just elitists and people that have been
Yeah.
playing this game since
It was just
literal
all
age
just Playview.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we're all like so cemented in our ways, and so like finally after I feel like it was like mobile release especially.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think it's either mobile helped a lot. I think leagues brought a decent amount of people as well, like the first leagues.
Yes, totally. And raids. I think just all the
Oh,
new
yeah.
stuff that was coming out, Inferno and
Inferno was definitely a huge rise in the game for sure.
yeah, because
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
at least like in my opinion nowadays, I am all about fun. Like there clearly has to be I still care about integrity majorly in this game, but ultimately what matters is like what is gonna be fun. Like the last thing I want is an update. I don't always bring up this example, but this is the perfect example of what not to introduce is like something like sulfur mining again. Like just some actual
is
just
awful.
toxic activity that literally has no silver lining. Like this is the fucking worst, and it's just to do the just number go up by doing the worst activity possible. Like, can we not go down that road again? Like
Honestly, the mini games they've been bringing up have been really good. Like I know some people don't like GOTR, but I think GOTR is amazing. I love that mini game.
they nailed it. And the thing is,
Yeah, they
the
did.
same. I prefer Guardians of the Rift over Temperos, but both of them succeeded majorly in not just completely dominating the skill. Like Guardians of the Rift, I think is just slightly more in that favor of like you actually could just do Guardians of the Rift the entire way, but ultimately like you get all these nice upgrades that make the rest of runecrafting feel great. So
I've actually never done Thames.
I don't actually like normal mass Temperos worlds. I do like the solo firefighting method because it's the best for points and it's so just precise. It's like you cook, what is it? It's like 17 fish, then 19 fish, then 19 fish, then you light the fires or
Interesting.
throw waters. And that is it repeatedly. Like, so me as, slightly autistic probably is like, I like that. I like being able to predictably like, be like, okay, this is, I don't want all the variables and the weird shit going on. Like, just let me.
I am 100% with you on that.
Yeah, like I want that. So I like that. It's not amazing fun, and ultimately you're just there for the rewards, and so just getting those reward pools, it just takes forever. It's like, God damn it. But
Yeah, but once you get them,
oh, it's so good, and that was an amazing way to loot rewards. I love that.
yeah, it is cool.
And you get fishing XP. And like, if you had like, I think it's like a 2-tick fishing reward. So like, if you were to have 6,000 rewards built up, that's like a solid 2 hours of just sitting there.
Yeah, I watched Alkin do that, bro. He was sitting there for like 3 hours just looting. I'm like, dude, that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of fun. But yeah, no, they've done a great job really trying to nail down fun ultimately and trying to figure out like what what about this game is fun. So
I feel like that's moved like a lot more. Like we were talking about into PVM. Oh, like there's so much PVM content in this game. It's crazy compared to like what there used to be. We were talking about how it's just people doing stuff for Slayer.
yeah,
It's
no,
actually crazy how much PVM stuff is in this game.
it's so crazy, and you see like vast majority of players just want to kill shit. Like that's
Yep.
RuneScape now. It's just you just kill shit. And you know, some like I had Matt K on the cast, and you know, we talked about botting. Botting is one of those topics now that I ultimately just need to avoid because there's nothing I can do about it, and it's clear that there's bad incentives on Jagex's end to like obviously there's a monetary incentive to keep him around ultimately. Like there's so, but he literally says this, and I believe it for. You know, vast majority of players probably wouldn't want to pick flax or chop trees, even if it was highly profitable. I think,
Yeah, that is a really good point. It just adds more stuff into the game for people that don't have to do tedious stuff.
yeah, I mean, obviously there's the opposite. Like there is a group of people, I would say a way smaller portion that actually would like to do really tedious things as long as it was worth it. Like me, like I wouldn't mind doing certain activities if it was worth it, but none of those activities are worth it. Like chopping yew trees is just the worst thing you could possibly do. It's just,
Yeah, that's awful.
you make no money and it's horrible XP. So, but yeah, no, he just brought up the fact that like most people just want to kill shit. They want to log in for a few hours at night and just kill some stuff and have fun and not worry and you know have cheaper prices for resources and just you know. So
Seen that through clan shits I've been into over the years. Just people always talking like, oh, I don't want to get 70 or I don't want to do this. I just and literally just want to kill things.
yeah, no. So I have to see the game through that lens as well. Like ultimately, that's what most people want, and that's who Jagex is trying to listen to, the majority of the player base. So makes sense. So what was your sort of journey into PVM? Because I mean, you're definitely an OG player with this game. So like, when the PVM, I would say around Zaya or a year after Zaya when Raids was released, and then Inferno, and then Tob the next year. Like, were you into that? Like, did you have any desire?
I'm not gonna lie. The only time I've started doing PVM has been on my post-max UIM. Other than raids, I think I did like 600, 700 chambers on my normal Ironman, maybe like 200 on my hardcore. But other than that, like I've never done top, I've never done TOA. It's a lot of bosses I haven't done because
Wow.
I was just max normal Ironman. Boom, 2 weeks later, hardcore came out. So I'm just like trying to compete in the high scores, be the first to max on that. So it's really didn't have much time to PVM. And then when that was over, I was like, oh, what I did. So I was gonna do PVM post max on my hardcore. I made like 2 videos on my channel or something, like titled that. I did like 600 Zolric, so I was gonna go for blowpipe first, and I got like 6 Onyxes in a row or something. And I said, all right, I'm done with this, and I just made a UIM.
And then you
That was my
maxed that.
PVM journey. Yeah.
Well, that sounds horrendous, by the way. Maxing a UIM.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's actually fun.
That's crazy, dude.
UIM is so much fun. Like the biggest thing I can say to anybody that looks at UIM and they say, "Holy crap, that's so tedious. I never want to do that." Like actually just try it. It's literally how playing Iron Man was for me at the start. Like you're playing the game completely different. It's completely new. Nobody's done something like this before, you know, like we're all used to using banks, using the GE. You have to find new methods you've never done before. It's the same with UIM. It's literally like playing the game. You have no idea what you're doing. Like there's so many random methods. You have to do everything completely different. It's like playing the game for the first time again. Like genuinely, it's a lot of fun.
I think there's probably aspects, especially early game, that sounds fun. I think as well, if you were just to kind of focus on the skilling aspect, it's probably not that bad.
Well, yeah, once you get to like 90s or like late, it's the same as normal accounts. You're doing the same type of grinds for most things, except for tedious as hell things like Herb is completely different on a UIM. But a lot of things like Slayer is the same for the most part as if you're playing an Iron Man.
There's one thing that really pisses me off, though, that I know would just make me quit is the rebagging. It's like changing out your gear.
Honestly,
and shit.
it was awful at the start, but once you get used to doing it, and it's like the only thing you do, it's like the same thing I was talking about earlier with like if you start a new skill or something and you're like, I hate doing this, and then it gets to the point where you're so used to doing it that you don't want to stop doing it when it's time to move on. It's the same thing with that. You get so used to doing it that it's the only thing you're used to, so you don't really think about it when you need to do it. You're just so used to it.
For some reason, there's like this deep fear of like ever trying out that mode. It
Dude,
sounds horrible, dude.
it's so much fun.
Maybe I'd have to try it one day. Like,
The thing with UIM too is like you know that like all the tedious stuff, like everybody else had to do that too. So when you accomplish something, like just like if you see anybody else with that, you know they had to go through the same thing you did. I don't know. It's just cool to know you had to go through doing all this crazy stuff for an achievement. It makes getting achievements like worth more.
yep. No, it's true. So how long? So you maxed an Iron Man, then you maxed a hardcore, then you maxed a UIM. What was the hardest one? Because obviously they were in different time periods, not like super different time periods, but definitely.
I'd say normal iron was harder than UIM. Like at the time
Wow.
it came out. Like if you look at my time played, let me
Yeah.
put my Twitter.
I mean, it's also probably just experience as well with the game.
Yeah, that too, 100%. But like, bro, their methods, they were so bad.
Oh, I know they were horrible back then. I didn't even start playing this game till 2015, and I mean Iron Man came out 2014. It's wild.
I can go through some of these skills and tell you what like old metas were too, like because I know a lot
Go
of people
for it.
just don't know.
Yeah, no, this is always like really fun listening to.
All right, so um, prayer, you would go for a blowpipe, and then you'd blowpipe green dragons in the wildy. It
Yep.
was like 300. This was before the altar too, so you gotta use them in your house. But yeah, it was like 300, I think, per hour on average. You use the wilderness diary, so they're noted, and you just sit up there and do that. That was meta for prayer. The rune crafting I touched on earlier was kill 10,000 Jorah, make lava runes.
Yep.
Construction was an interesting one. You'd actually use the Hardgrove on Tybo and I, and you'd parcel the logs into your bank, and then you would use the butler in your house to make them into planks. That was an interesting one. Let's see what else is on here.
Was it mahogany or teaks?
People did teak,
Yeah, interesting.
and then crafting we talked about as well with charters.
Yep, just charters the whole way.
Agility is self-explanatory.
Hardy.
Farming was annoying. Farming was kind of Zolra for the most part. You do
Dude, farming. Okay,
3,000 Zolra, I think. 4,000 was 99 farming.
you know what's so funny? And of course, for 99, it's a lot different. But I still remember those old Lelador videos where Lelador,
Yep.
he's I think rank 2 farming or something. I think Sayala was slightly ahead of him. This man had no seed, like to the point there was no such thing as a farming guild. So he was planting willow trees as a maxed Iron Man,
Dude, it was bad.
trying to get farming XP, dude.
You'd rely on Kingdom for seeds too.
That's so bad.
That's how you do fire making as well. It was maples from Kingdom, and you'd burn them.
Oh my god.
And then Herblore, it was actually surprising. You'd blowpipe Abby specs. That was literally the meta for Herb. I think I blowpipe like 40,000 specs for 99 per or 99 Herb. I mean,
So wild. And you would get, I'm assuming, because this is also before Gargoyle and Necreal Slayer drop tables were changed.
yep.
So people, I think that's easy to forget as well. All that, jeez. And smithing was still buying gold, correct?
Yeah, smithing was gold. Fishing was the same. Cooking, was it? See, I'm trying to remember if it was hardcore or normal, but I'm pretty sure it was mess hall. Pretty sure it was mess hall.
Oh, you're right. Oh
With
my
the pizzas.
god, that was so abominable. I've never
UIM
done
did
that
200
method.
mil
by the way.
there.
I have never done that method, and I refuse to. Like, I remember like as an Iron Man just seeing like the metas, and I would just in my head immediately just say, nope,
Yep.
never doing that. Like, hell no.
That was the killer of your wrist. 100%. That was not fun. And then you have Navis doing it to 200 mil on his ultimate. Like, dude, it's crazy.
Oh god. Jesus, that's just horrible. That's dreadful. Was there for Hunter? Was it just black chins? I mean, that was the most efficient, but I'm assuming people
I
just
think it
mainly
was
did red
just-
chins.
I think it was just red, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I just,
well, for hardcores, it was definitely red. You're right.
yeah.
And there was no such thing as birdhouses. So,
Nope.
oh yeah, how much mole did you have to kill? Because you had to kill mole, right?
Oh, how much was
You
it?
had a Darok mole too.
Yeah, you did. I could check actually. Because I know it was 6,000 for me in UIM, but it was less on. I think it was like 3K. Let me see.
3K sounds right. Yeah, giant mole. Wait, wait.
Yeah, 3K.
Wasn't it you, D? Wait, wasn't it you that literally tanked like 5 hits off
Definitely,
prayer?
yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about that. I probably would have quit the game if I died there. I'm actually not lying. I would have quit the game.
You're literally sitting there 1 HP, just fucking.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been streaming doing that, bro. Like,
No, but you didn't
I
end
was
up dying,
clicking
right?
it too,
You
like,
lived.
idiot. Yeah, thankfully. A bunch of
Legend.
people made like I know Soup did it. A bunch of people did it. Like challenges trying to tank Mole and live. It was funny.
Yeah. And then you had those lucky people. Like I remember MeWe and One False Step pulled like super early TiVos, and they got to just enjoy the TiVo
Yeah.
Zora and the TiVo Mole and the TiVo, just everything,
Yep.
just fucking just coasting.
I feel bad for Falls, man. He's died in the stupidest ways.
I know. He's still not gotten his 200 mil mining either from Volcanic Mine.
No, died to his Spory recently. Like, bro, no.
That is dreadful. Did he? Was it that he thought he was on his ultimate, trying to just?
I don't know.
That was crazy. Yeah, those hardcore days were good though. Do you remember? You remember HC Beard getting?
Oh yeah, Beard's a beast, bro. That guy was rank 1 in like all the combat stats, like ahead of everyone.
Yeah, no, I was so obsessed with grinding the lead, just like grinding the leaderboards, but also just like every single day I had them up, just refreshing and stuff. And I remember Beard
Same.
getting
It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I went to his 99 party at Duradel, just like chilling out and just like Jesus, like these guys are gamers, you know. Like I think I'm sweating, but like man, like these people were.
Yeah, him and Umio were going fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. Were
Beard
you
was
in-
streaming like all that too.
Yeah, no, I mean he. I'm trying to
I know
think.
people thought he was account sharing because he was literally like 21 average hours or something.
Oh yeah, but then you would actually watch his stream. You're like, okay, no, he's doing this himself. I mean, he
Yeah.
did a 40-hour stream where he was one tick
Exactly,
flicking
yeah.
all his Slayer tasks, just
Yep.
nonstop.
Everyone thought he was account sharing.
Yeah, remember? Well, people thought Lowlander was account sharing. Whim.
I know he has his brother. I don't know whatever.
I mean, they might have been. I have
Yes,
no.
I
I have no
yeah, I
idea.
don't-
But all I know is
yeah.
that most people, when they suspect it, they're just gonna make up shit. So they're just like, oh yeah, he's account sharing with no evidence. So they could have been. I have no idea.
I don't know. I was in his stream every day. Like I was really good friends with him. I haven't talked to him for a while, but I don't know. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I mean,
I really don't.
the thing is like you could tell by the way he streamed. Like he would just pull 30-hour streams repeatedly,
Yeah, exactly.
just repeatedly.
It's the same as Beard. Yeah.
So it's clear this dude is a total degenerate. Like he's going to game. He was the first UIM to max. Like he pioneered methods on UIM. Like this man took the game fucking seriously. So like it wouldn't
Dude, it was
surprise me. If it
insane
was
how
just-
fast he maxed too. He was
I
like
know.
6th or 7th or something. Like even counting normal irons. Like, like for what?
And that was back when there was no quality of life, dude.
There's no quality of life. There's no like methods people knew of. Like it's crazy, man. There's no guides or anything. You're just doing it all on your own, and it's just beating out people with a bank. Like it's
Crazy.
wild.
And then people hated on him because he was having tanks do his
Yeah, that's
God Wars.
now nobody cares. It's like another thing with things changing. Like I mean, some people care, but like so many people do it now. Like I'm not gonna do
cares.
it.
Yeah, like
Nobody cares.
Literally nobody cares. And on top of that, people actually respect it now. Like it's completely flip flopped. Like people literally just hated on that. It's almost like because like I mean, people would respect it more because again, that might actually not be fully true, but I know of people that actually would find it more respectable by just doing the craziest methods and just taking advantage of everything, because that's like the new sentiment is like you abuse early and abuse
Yeah.
often, and it's
Not
just
gonna,
like,
if you're not going to get banned for it, do it, or you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. You're not
Yeah.
being efficient. That's what people would say.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy too when you think about like I'm gonna talk about the beginning of Iron Man again because I don't know how much you were following it. Like at the very beginning.
I'm already guessing who you're gonna mention. Is it
Oh, you already
Bonesaw?
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the clip of him losing it on stream?
No, so I wasn't around at that time, but I've heard of it definitely. Of just
Yeah, he was doing barrows and literally the icon just popped. It just disappeared like midstream. I think it was like 4 or 5 people they banned for, or not banned, but removed Iron from, and now they just don't care. Like,
Yeah,
they
no,
go
they
from
don't.
actually doing that to just not caring.
Well, what do you think about, the Coliseum just dropped, and when the Inferno Cape dropped, they made a huge deal about, if you buy or sell capes, we will ban you. We want this to be a respectful thing. There was nothing said about the Coliseum and the Quiver.
Oh yeah, true. I never even actually thought about that.
And again, I think it's just because, first of all, it's just probably too much hassle on their part, and they just realize the community's changed to the point where, like, well, first of all, there's this sentiment of like apathy, just like, oh, I don't even care. Like, anybody can do whatever they want. If people want to have like 7 bot farms, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna mind my own business, basically, which is kind of depressing. But ultimately, it's like you can't really blame them, and you can't. Ultimately, it's hard to care about what other people are doing anyway. You would just want the company to care enough about the integrity of the game to do something about it. But like, if they're not gonna go crazy on it, then it's just,
yeah. Like, I don't know if you saw the videos of that guy. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody posted it on Twitter. Of like, somebody had like a bot going for Coliseum literally like day 2.
Yeah,
it was like
the Sir Pugger video, just the AI bot that was just perfect at it.
It's literally insane. Like, I remember it was like first day and a half, it was like 10 completions, and then like 3 days later, it's like 4,000 or something.
Oh my god,
it's ridiculous.
That is so nuts. Yeah, we live in that day now where bots can do everything better than humans too.
It's like I'm doing LMS, bro. There's a guy freaking full prey flicking perfectly, and then this bot scripted to type LOL when I call him a cheater. Like, like, okay, dude.
That's the worst. The worst bots are the ones that actually just start spamming you with questions like while you're fighting. Like, they'll just start asking you, like, man, you're really bad. Like, just like, how are you so bad, man? They're perfect sentences, perfect grammatical, and they're perfectly switching like 8 ways and shit, or not 8 ways, but you know what I mean.
No, that's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. If I was fighting that, I would be dying laughing.
No, it's bad. It's like, because you know this dude is cheating, and he's just totally just flaming you repeatedly, and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, it's bad. Because even if you try responding, then you just look like a dumbass because this guy's clearly a robot, you know. So it's just, it's horrible. Yeah, I haven't done much LMS lately.
I mean, that's one place where I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy there's bots.
Thing
LMS
is,
bots are fire.
Most people agree with that too. Like, me personally, I like LMS because I want to fight real people. I'm not so much in the like, oh, I need to get my 1,000 wins for this number to go up. Cape.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, no, that's most people too. So I understand it. I hate fighting.
I'd lose my mind fighting sweaty people because I'm so bad.
It's fun fighting people that are
it's fun, yeah, but
no, don't get me wrong. There's people that are way better than me at PvP, and it sucks. Like, when it's me and him head to head, I'm like, and of course they have way better gear. They have a VLS or some bullshit. I'm like, okay, this is not
I'll
fun.
be sitting there hitting zeros on them off prayer like 5 times in a row, and they'll spec me for fucking 60 through prayer, and it's like, okay, man, okay. I just lose my mind with PKing, man. I can't,
But on the opposite, you get that luck sometimes, and it feels great.
Yeah, you do. I did it with an ACB to somebody. It's 40, 40, 40, 40, and it's like at the end, I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm not good. Great. It's just BOGO Burr, man.
Your DDS just hits like 38, just randomly. Just starts randomly.
They hit a question mark. You're just like, yeah, no, bro. I don't.
It's fun. They nailed that update.
I do enjoy LMS. LMS is a lot of fun.
It is. Yeah, it's interesting just how the game's evolved, because nowadays like meta is like, go grind some LMS, get some rune arrows, sell it, and
true.
You know,
those L.
But if that had been, because in the early Iron Man days, like, you weren't allowed to use any of those shops, no Nightmare Zone stuff, no anything. So the idea of a PvP minigame where Iron Man could get stuff from the shop, like, that would have been abominable.
Oh, people would have lost their minds back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would have freaked.
Like they would have gone crazy.
Yep. And the team was heavily against it too, like, because they just knew the community was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wild. So after UIM, at that point, you had maxed 3 separate accounts: Iron Man, Hardcore, and UIM, and then
I maxed the group account first.
Oh,
I
wow.
think.
Oh, I didn't even know
Yeah,
that. Jeez.
I was trying my best. Like I was playing UI. Okay, so originally I was gonna do PVM on my UIM because I didn't wasn't able to do it on my normal account or my hardcore account. And then they announced group Ironman, and I was like, "Fuck," because my goal was max all three Ironman modes, and then they're like, "Oh, here's another one." So I'm like, "Well, I can't PVM on this account anymore," so I just had to try to rush max on it. I just didn't make it by the time group came out,
Okay.
which
So,
sucked.
so you actually maxed the group first.
Yeah, and I was doing some AFK like wood cutting and stuff on my UIM while I was playing that.
So I wasn't following your group Iron Man progress. So were you on a team with somebody else? Like was
Yeah,
this?
it was me, Alkin, Alfie, and Zulu.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we were trying
That's
to get first group to max. We ended up losing to. Um, surprisingly, do you remember? Do you know who Situation is?
yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah, he was on that team. Umiya was on that team. Who was playing with Beard at the like the hardcore. He was ranked two. I'm pretty sure at the
Uh-huh.
time when Beard was hard grinding. It
Yep.
was those two and another grinder, and nobody knew it was them until they maxed, and they literally all messaged me when they maxed, and like Tyler, like, as I've known Tyler since the beginning of Environment when it came out, literally just in Team Speak with him all day. The guy messaged me something like only like two or three people have ever called me, and I was like, wait a minute, like I didn't know it was him until they maxed for like a year and a half or something.
That's nuts. Never once told you.
Nope.
Wow.
I asked Jim, like, does anybody know who these people are? And just nobody knew. They literally kept their identities hidden until they maxed.
That's wild to be able to like hold that. So what was the difference of time between you guys and them maxing?
They went crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it
I
like
think
months in between? Like what? How?
well only me and Alfie are the only ones that maxed.
Oh,
Falcon Zulu didn't.
oh, I see. I see. So they max, and then at that point, you guys are just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to keep going because obviously it was my goal to max all four, but Alkin just stopped playing the account at that point because he
Yeah,
didn't really
yeah.
see the point into it.
That's fair. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I actually do remember that team. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember all the names. There's been so many group Ironmen as well lately. It's especially the hardcore. Were you guys hardcore? You just normal?
Yeah, we still have it the status. I think we have 2 lives left. We just haven't
Okay.
touched it for like a year or something. It's been a long time.
Yeah. 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 Interesting. Yeah.
Something to go to for views though, man. Like I'm looking at farmers, man. They're getting crazy views. Mammal gets like
No.
100+ K views a video. Like
It's
I was talking to
wild.
Alkin about it, and we're thinking about doing it again because how many views people get on it.
Yeah, no, it's. I was just on the Base After Dark podcast last night with Tasty and Prison Joe and
Hmm.
T Papa, and we were just talking like, because one of the things like I've been playing an Iron Man for so long, it's been like literally 7 years on this account at this point.
Yeah.
Not content creation fully, but like about almost 5.5 years of it. But I'm like, man, I really have just focused on this account a lot, and a lot of people know me for this account. But ultimately, I'm like, maybe I should just jump on the bandwagon and just make a group with some other people. And they were also talking about that as well. Like it just freshens things up, and it just has a lot of hype. Like apparently, I think it's Skidler, Ron Plays Games, Perp,
Yeah, they're starting it up again, aren't they? I
Hanner,
think I saw
and
that.
Katarina, I think, are on a new team as well.
And then Foe and Roydy just started a 2-man today, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I saw that. So there is like a lot of hype around it. So I've been like kind of considering, like, man, that would be
It's
kind of
definitely
fun,
good because
actually.
people have multiple people they can jump between, like somebody's always live they can watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know, it's really good for like a community aspect.
It's true. It's different when there's like YouTubing involved. Like if you're more, because Mr. Mammal does it both perfectly. He just has like a big
Yeah.
stream and a big YouTube audience. Just nails it. But
Yep.
yeah, interesting. It is really hype though. If you get a good set of like content creators, yeah, you should definitely get it with Alkin again because
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out if we want to do a 2-man or if we want to do it with a bunch of people again.
it's
Really no
definitely.
idea yet.
I think it's definitely more enjoyable as like a 5-man. Just like
I agree,
the more
yeah.
the merrier. That's
We were actually considered doing it with somebody whose name I don't want to mention, so that would have been kind of awkward. You probably know who I'm talking about.
mm.
That
Well,
would have been really bad if we ended up doing that.
oh.
That would have been really, really bad.
Okay, yeah. And now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. There was a few names in my head. Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely good. Yeah, group Iron Man ultimately, like I think there's this perception by some players that like, oh, it was like a kind of like a failed update. To be fair, they didn't. It was such a hype thing. Like Group Iron Man was so hype initially, like the idea of it.
Oh yeah,
And
for
then they
years.
like crowded it into like leagues and other stuff. Like
Yeah,
it didn't get the
man.
hype it deserved.
What I'm saying, they literally released it like the same time as leagues. Like I wasn't even able to play that league. Like I wanted to play and I couldn't because the group was out. Like
It's so
just
dumb.
terrible timing, man.
I
Is
know.
they like they pushed some? Was it leagues they pushed back? They pushed back something to where they
Yeah.
came out at the same
No, it
time or
was like
something.
Group Iron Man came out, then Leagues was supposed to come out like a few weeks later, and then that got delayed until like that January or something. It was just such a mess. The whole thing felt like a mess.
Yeah, that was like a content drought for a long time too, and they just threw it all everything at the same time.
I know, it's so stupid.
Terribly planned.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are saying, "Can you do leagues first and then group Iron Man after leagues, please?" And they're like, "No, here's group first, and then there's
So
leagues." And so,
dumb.
well, why would you hype something up and then ruin the hype with something else that's hype? Like
I
you're just taking
know.
it away from it. It's
It
terrible
literally
timing.
was horrible timing. I'm I'm kind of excited for like a new permanent game mode. I
I
know
want
they
hardcore ultimate, bro. I want it so bad.
what'd you say? Hardcore
Hardcore ultimate Iron Man. I
Yeah.
want it so bad, but I know like it would be so niche and like not a lot of people would play it. But oh my gosh, it would be so much fun. I feel like there would be some crazy content that comes out of that.
There definitely would. I think this is my perspective on that is like I hope that they don't even allow you to have a looting bag.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, because even if you have a looting bag, you can still destroy it in the wildy and
Yeah.
rearrange everything. Like
Yeah, that's
you
not
can get
good.
around it for sure. A no looting bag, that would be insane.
Dude, I'm even like two steps even further masochistic with this. Like I don't want you to be able to own a house. I want you to be able to train construction through like stupid ways, but you can't ever buy a house and you can't build stash units either.
Nah, you're crazy.
No, I want like the purest, like this is just you
That
have your
wouldn't be called
inventory.
hardcore, but that'd be called hell. That game
Yeah,
would literally
yeah.
just be called hell.
Yeah, that's what I want though. I want the ultimate just this is your inventory. Like this is everything you have right here in your inventory. There's no storing anything anywhere.
And you can't death file. It's only take 3 minutes.
Yeah, you
Take
can't
that away,
die.
too.
That's the greatest part about it is like
You
dying.
can't do
There's
anything. Literally. Oh my gosh.
just
Dude.
your inventory. That would be and even if they don't do it, even if they don't go that far, I would make content on that personally, and I
Oh,
would
that would go
choose.
crazy. People like look at extreme logs, all this stuff. Limport series. People
Yep.
love when you do crazy stuff nobody wants to do. They love watching it.
It's-
100%.
it's a
That would
big
be
thing.
that would get a lot of views.
Yeah, that's what I would choose to do. It'd be even crazier if it was like group hardcore ultimate.
You're insane.
You can trade each other technically, but you don't have a bank.
You want to do something? I need to do Herb. Can you hold all my stuff,
Yeah,
please?
yeah.
Like,
If they did something like that, what would be so cool is if somehow they bypass certain engine limitations so you could like trade untradables and
that would be sick, man.
like that would make like imagine like see this is something that would be so engine heavy and it wouldn't be worth our time because not many people would play this game mode, but like some sort of group system, and if it was group hardcore Iron Man, it would be like you can literally trade everything over. So you could even trade like master caskets and other random stuff. Like every untradeable is fully tradable between you guys. There's no bank interface to really ruin things, so everything's just through trade. And then on top of that, if somehow they made a system where you could like quest together and like
that would be cool.
just like I don't know how exactly that would work. To be fair, we already have Quest Helper, so it's already a joke. But I don't know, something where like it truly feels like everything is a team.
Agreed. I was hoping for a long time too they'd make like a combined collection log or something for the group.
Yes.
I was asking for people like I asked on Twitter at one point if can anybody make like a plugin because I think that would be cool. Like if you're doing a 5-man group Iron Man and you all have a shared collection log, you can do the collection log as a group.
Yeah, that
Like,
would
that
be
would be
so
so much
much
fun,
better.
man.
So much. Why didn't they do that already? Like it's so dumb.
I don't know. I'd probably play that like if they did that.
I'd be all about that.
Because then it'd be fun. You could boss with your friends and everything, you know? Like, I don't know. It would just be fun. Somebody gets a pet, you're like, oh, we're done with the pet. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have to get it. Somebody on my team got it.
That is exactly how Group Iron Man should have been. You should have shared a collection log. like that should have been the case, 100%.
You
So
get all these hardcore people in 5-mans all doing clues, trying to be the first people to actually fill the the elite log because you have 5 people doing it.
yeah, that would be nuts if you just had the clue addicts.
All yeah, that'd be so.
Yeah, that'd be
There's so
cool.
much there's so much they could do in this game with like it just requires engine work and stuff. But man, I feel
Yeah,
like the possibilities for this game are literally just endless.
they really are. Have you heard? I don't know who if you know who Idle is. He's a
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
kind of an old school creator. Kind of drifted off into like MMOs generically, but he was talking about like, and I think even Matt K was talking about this as well. The kind of like sandboxization of OSRS, like allowing creators to have their own sort of like private not private servers, but like technically their servers purchased
Yeah, I know
from
what you mean.
Jagex. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on just all of that stuff? Like
I think
really
that'd be cool, bro. Like it would
revolutionizing.
be good for events too. People could do community events on their own server, do anything they wanted. Like there's just so much, man. Like there's so much you do. It's like creative mode in Fortnite, bro. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's if
And
they
who cares if it's separate from the main game? It's not gonna affect the main game. Like what? I don't. You know what I mean? Like it would just be cool.
the fear for most people, I would say, and I understand the fear. I personally think there's more pros than cons, though. Ultimately, at least in my head, I would love to hear all the discussions and all the potential negatives, of course. But like, it's mainly just like
Taking players away from the game.
exactly that's it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm imagining like being able to rent or get permission from Jagex and they allow you to create your own sort of Gielinor where like you have so many customized like the map's the same ultimately, but you can customize like store inventories. You can be like, okay, you can actually buy like bandos here or something, or just like affect drop rates if you wanted. So
Yeah.
every
Just
single
literally
thing,
customize everything.
that would be amazing. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah. It would be cool, but yeah, honestly, now that I think about it, and you mentioned that, definitely would pull a lot of people away from the games. There's a lot of people that would want to just increase XP rates, level up. Like it's like with private servers, right?
Yeah.
People just want to get 90 on everything and just go kill everything.
Yeah, no, that's the dangers of it, and so there's definitely
And then
downsides.
it's like with leagues, right? Where you get all these high XP rates, and then when it comes time to go back to the main game, people don't want to play because they're so used to all this stuff. Killing is easier, bosses die faster. You have all this OP stuff, levels are faster, and then you're back to like gaining terrible XP,
Yep.
like in comparison, and then people quit.
Yeah.
I guess there's that argument too, yeah.
No, it's kind of tough. It's just like, yeah, no, I don't know. I like hearing the optimists that talk about the potential of what this could do, completely revolutionizing, like just creating amazing new worlds with people's ideas that would actually just be amazing. And then
Yeah.
the downsides of like, okay, now everyone's leaving the main game and this looks bad and potential other problems with intellectual property rights and stuff. I don't know. I'm just imagining there's other problems, but
I feel like the best thing we're just going to get is what we have right now. With the league, you have that with leagues now, every now and then you have something different from the main game. Everything changed. And then you have the plugins. The people can make like like Knight, the plugin he's using. Like you can still get that kind of feel to where you're, kind of like in your own server with the plugins in a way.
yeah. Yep.
So at least we have like something like that.
So let's talk about your other like video game endeavors because you don't just play RuneScape.
Sure.
I think I'm pretty sure if not all of your content is RuneScape though, like at least YouTubing wise. Is that correct?
Yeah, I made another channel a long time ago. I only made like 3 or 4 videos on it that I don't really use it.
Okay.
I tried it. I didn't really enjoy it as much.
Yeah. That's fair. So what do you play on the side though?
Just Warzone right now.
Okay.
Playing FPS games for a long time. It's basically been RuneScape and FPS games, pretty much. I haven't really ever played another MMO.
And I've been in like your live stream when you're playing, and I've played first person shooters here and there, but I never got like super into them. I definitely enjoy them. I did enjoy them a lot in high school and stuff. But apparently you're pretty good, right?
I have a lot of FPS experience. I have way more time in FPS games than RuneScape by far.
That's
I
wild.
console, like playing game battles and stuff, and like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff. Um, I think I have like 16,000 hours in Counter Strike or something like that.
Oh my God. So like I think you've played competitively. Like I don't know the full history of what you've done, but I'm assuming you've
Yeah.
competed and stuff. So what at what point did you know you were good enough to like get into the competitive scene? And like how was that?
I mean, I don't want to sound like egotistical saying it. Like I've just been really good at FPS games for a long time. Like I played in semi-pro in Counter-Strike in like 2009 or something like that a long time ago. Um yeah, I basically went from Counter-Strike to PUBG. PUBG is when I started playing FPS games a lot more. So I was playing RuneScape a lot after I stopped playing Counter-Strike. And then PUBG came out, and I got really invested in a PUBG. I was rank 1 worldwide on that game when there was like 2.5 million concurrent players, like when there's a lot of people playing, like at the peak.
Holy shit.
I probably still have the screenshot somewhere too. It's like one of those things where you got to save that picture forever.
Holy shit, dude.
But yeah, I played on a pro team on that game for like 4 or 5 months, but I've been playing competitive on it for like 3 years. Um, yeah, did 2 days. I don't know. I've played. I don't want to say pro, but I've made money on 3 different FPS games while like maxing my accounts, just like taking breaks.
That is wild. Well, what's your favorite of them? Like in their peaks, what was your favorite?
Oh, this game called Super People. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I saw there
Like a
was
more
this
recent game.
topic actually talking. Well, actually, let me just bring this tweet up real quick. Jake says, make sure you ask him about Super People tournament number 14. What?
Yeah, I saw that. I knew you were gonna ask it too. I hate him. He's so annoying. He's the my duo partner for that I played like all competitive Warzone with.
Okay.
Um, so it's Super People. It's like it was kind of like a PUBG game, like a updated type of PUBG game. I'm pretty sure one of the lead developers from PUBG left the studio and made his own game, and it was that. It's like a lot of things are kind of the same with it, but they had a beta for 2 weeks. I think this was in 2022, late 2022, I'm pretty sure. But they had a lot of money in the game. So it was like every day for the 2 weeks there was like a $20,000 tournament or something. And so it brought a lot of people. Like all the tournaments were just filled with Apex pros, PUBG pros, Counter-Strike pros, Valorant pros. Like all of them just came to the game because there's so much money in it like during the beta. So Super Tournament 14, I don't remember which one it was, whatever he said, was the 14th day. So it was the last day.
Hmm.
And in that game it was like you'd have rounds, so like for solos, you'd have everybody in lobbies. There's like 4,000 participants or something, and it was like top 8 from your lobby move to the next round, and then top 4 from that go to the next round. It keeps going until there's a lobby of 50 people.
Hmm.
And there was like 15 people left in that game, and it was the winner took I think 6,000. Second place was like 4,000, 3,000, and it's down from there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was on a good side of the zone. There's only me and one other guy on the side of the zone, and everybody else is fighting on the other side. And in that game, there's abilities you can use, like kind of like Apex. How they have abilities in that. The guy I had, he could dash, so I press a key and you dash around. And I didn't realize I had it up, so I was laying down and I ended up getting sniped by the guy, who I would have killed if I realized I had my dash. And I had to watch the guy get second place for free, and then miss like 30 bullets on the last guy.
Oh my God.
So yeah, if I would have clicked my key and dashed on him, I would have killed him and won the tournament. And the worst part is, I went to Jake's stream, the one who tweeted that, and the guy who got second place who killed me came to his chat and he said, "I got second place. Did I win anything?" I was just like, "No, man. There's no way this guy just said that."
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I missed out on $6,000 because I didn't click one key on my keyboard.
Fucking A. That has got to. That would keep me up at night. Like that would
It
piss me
sucked, man.
off so bad.
It was awful. It was so
I'm
bad.
so sorry, dude. Dude. Like thinking of I think I don't know who I was talking to. It was something about like this game show where you have to like split or steal. It must have been Ron plays games. I was talking to him, and like there's like a real life show where like they do that where you like split and steal money.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining you're up against an actual psychopath where like you say like, okay, like let's split it, and then you actually steal it and you just steal the money. Like I would actually be like scared for my fucking life after I actually leave the venue. I'm like, dude, this guy's actually gonna like come after me, and like especially when there's like $50,000 or something on the line. Like Jesus Christ, like you just actually stole it from him. Like it was fair in the game, but like man, this guy,
100%. Yeah, they're gonna be pissed.
yeah, like dude, you would like if I knew I was about to win $50,000 and it just slipped away from me, I'd be furious. And if you are dealing with a psychopath or something, like,
Oh,
oh my
100%. Yeah,
God.
that's literally life-changing money for people.
I know.
So that one person just fucked you out of that.
I know. That's terrifying, dude. Like, hell no. That's the worst situation to be in. Yeah. That's so, but you have been in competitive tournaments. Were there other tournaments where you did win decent sums of money?
Yeah, on Super People, me and him, we won 2 duos tourneys, which were 6K each.
Nice.
And then we got like top 10 in another one, which was money as well. He ended up winning one of the solos. There's only 2 solos. He won the first one. I would have won the second one, which would have been cool because we would have been the only 2 people in the whole game as a duo to win both solos. But that didn't happen. In terms of Warzone, I haven't won any tournaments on Warzone, but I placed top 5 in like 10 different tourneys. Me and him played in the World Series of Warzone, which is like a $300,000 tourney in 3 years ago, I think it was. And we ended up getting 6th place in that.
Damn.
Which was awesome.
So
Since it was like the biggest tournament for all of Warzone at that time.
yeah, that's wild. 6th place out of how many people were in it?
There's 50 teams in it.
Sheesh.
But it's like the 50 like best teams in the game.
So when you played professionally, like is that just kind of you're just looking for tournaments and those are the paychecks, or is there people paying you because you're sponsored
the
by
tournament.
people?
But it's in PUBG. It was like it's kind of the same now. Back then, but there was more organizations in the game. But yeah, they'd pay you to be on their team.
Interesting.
But for something like Warzone, there's no actual pro league for Warzone. It's kind of just people consider themselves pro if they're making money from tournaments.
I see. I miss the good old PUBG days, watching Shroud stream.
Dude, I loved PUBG. I actually 2v1 Shroud and Justin, and I lost the clip because of the DMCA thing when everybody had to delete their clips.
You know, they were just getting deleted too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I saw that clip.
That's really cool though. Yeah, that.
And then ended up killing Shroud again in a duo rivals tourney on Warzone. Like it was just cool.
Oh shit, that's sick. Yeah, I just, you know what I miss? I miss the Car 98, man.
That was so much fun. Apparently it's coming back too. I saw a bunch of tweets about it today. Like people data mined. I saw that it was coming back.
That gun just felt so satisfying.
It was so nice, bro. Just the sound of shooting.
Oh yeah.
With it, I don't know. The sound it made when you shot was just amazing.
I played a little bit of PUBG Mobile in college. The game kind of sucked, obviously, because it's just infested with bots because they want little kids to play it, basically, and feel like they're killing people. It's just horrible. But I definitely enjoyed that experience, at least for a little bit, mainly because, like, the iPhone, had the gyroscope going, so you can actually, like, really precisely aim if you get, like, good enough at it, and I got pretty decent.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I've watched some tourneys on it. PUBG Mobile's huge. It's bigger than the main one, like, on PC. Like, it's huge.
Because every motherfucker has a phone. Just crazy. And it's free.
Yep.
So you just, boom, get it. Like, that easy. Yeah, that's wild. There was another game. What was it? I think it was called Critical Ops. It was a mobile game.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
That one, nowhere near PUBG. I mean, just more of like an indie game, I feel like. But definitely in the early days, they were really, really good about like banning cheaters and stuff like that. And then they came out with a ranked mode. And my little brother and I would just go on the same, like we would basically click ranked at the same time just because there was no actual like pairing system. It was like kind of in the beta version. But if you clicked rank at the same time, you could potentially get on the same team. So we'd always try to get on the same team. And
That's awesome.
do ranked matches and shit. It's just such a blast. Like the early days of it before everyone starts developing cheats and everyone starts like glitching the leaderboards and shit. Like, ugh.
Everybody's finding metas for everything. So everybody's doing the same thing.
Yeah, and then there's like wall hacks and stuff that people start finding. Just like weird stuff where like, okay, this isn't pure anymore. This is just, it's gone hectic and chaotic.
Yeah, looking at pictures, it kind of looks like a a Counter-Strike mixed with COD.
Yeah, it was basically a Counter-Strike. That was like the ranked versions. It was basically playing like CS:GO.
It looks cool.
Also, the original though, like this was like the Call of Duty in my books. I think it was a Gameloft game on the iPhone. What was it called? It was like combat. It was something like
I know there's a game called Combat Arms, but that was on
no, it wasn't.
desktop.
It's something combat, I think, or like oh, I can't even remember. Something Combat 2 or something. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was some Gameloft game. But that was the original like online game. And the thing is, it was so imbalanced because like this is back when like iPhones were really shitty, and so like the graphics weren't that super good. And obviously the maps had to be tiny because like just didn't have enough power in the phones. And
Yeah.
so you have like snipers in the game, but the map is like not, it's like a room basically. So it's just like,
Oh my god.
so basically what you would do, and the thing is like so they had snipers and it was like, okay, this is a one shot kill if you hit them. But the loading up time and everything, it just wasn't worth it. And of course, if you're aiming at the people, there's no actual crosshair. So if you just try to like unload on somebody without zooming in, it'll just always miss them for some odd reason. So, but what you would do is just walk around like just on complete like eye level of people with an AK-47 and just one tap them. Like it just
That actually sounds like so much fun.
it was awesome because everybody would try to use snipers and other like random weapons, and
And
ultimately
you're just clicking on people.
yeah,
So
it was just AK-47 like that. You just guaranteed like one shot everybody with it. It was so much fun. Oh man, good days.
I never really got into mobile games too much. Even with RuneScape, I've never played RuneScape on mobile.
Yeah, RuneScape Mobile is kind of rough playing. I definitely had a mobile phase. It was never RuneScape though. RuneScape feels it's definitely gotten so much better over time, but I don't know. I'd just much rather sit on my ass and play on a desktop.
100%. But the only thing I'd see it being nice on is like if you're trying to chill in bed and you're like on your iPad or something.
Yeah, no, that was when I was maxing like 5 years ago. I would go for like walks and stuff, and I'd just be like chopping
Oh,
up a
yeah,
tree
yeah,
or
true, that's-
something.
yeah.
I'm like, I need to get this maxing grind done. So no.
That's what Alkin does. And they're freaking try hard. Dude walks back and forth to the gym, doing stuff on his phone. I think mine's like Amethyst.
Alkin's such a grinder, man.
I know he's ridiculous.
Man, so what about you? Like, what is your like what do you? How do I like phrase this basically? Like, obviously there are seasons where RuneScape is just like, okay, I want to play this every second of every second.
Like when
that
I
I'm
want
awake.
to play, when I want to go like play the other game, you mean?
I guess I mean like, at what point are you in your RuneScape like motivation right now, and like, how has it over the years kind of either plateaued or maybe gotten more like, are you more motivated than ever now, or are you kind of just like in this lull? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
What
I'm kind
I'm
of just
asking.
yeah. Right now, I'm just like I enjoy playing the game when I play it. Like the big thing with me, it's always been if I'm not enjoying the game, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna force myself to play it because I'm just not gonna enjoy it.
Smart. Yeah.
So like when I'm just like I don't really want to play RuneScape right now. I'll just go play Call of Duty and come back. But I'd say definitely like I don't enjoy the game as much as I used to. I want to say. I mean, I guess recently I've been enjoying it more because I started finally doing PVM stuff, so I'm doing content I've never done before, so it's all new.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I got to the point like the end of my UIM was like so boring because it's like I've done this 3 times already. It's the 4th time I'm doing it, just
Yeah.
doing the same thing over and over. I'm actually genuinely enjoying PVMing on the UIM right now. I had a lot of fun doing all the Wildy pets.
That's cool.
This is completely
Wilderness
different.
is fun.
It was amazing. I'm gonna have to go back soon for the Dagon High and the Rev log. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. There's something nice about Wilderness. It's like there's like an extra thrill to everything. So
Yeah,
it just keeps you
100%.
motivated. And there's like certain hours of the day where you almost feel obligated to go on. So like late at night, you're like, okay, there's not going to be as many
Yep.
PKers. So then it just forces you. It's like there's extra motivation to just go as hard as possible while you have this window of time.
Yeah, my sleep schedule was terrible when I was doing Spindle. It was awful.
Oh, I bet.
I was waking up, I think, at like 8 o'clock at night or something every day.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
that's what happens.
It's the same if you want to do LMS, I guess. If you really want to get max wins, you want to play super, super late.
Yep.
It's
so
just,
all the
just
bots
more
are.
bots.
Okay, so I read this. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Easyscape, but I'll be completely honest. I don't fully understand the question because it feels like toward the end, it's just like I don't
Is
think
the
they're
question about DoorDash?
No. Oh,
I saw that one. Like I was like,
actually, I have my own history with DoorDash, so I'd actually. Like
I do too.
This
I
one
need to stop, bro.
We'll get to it. He asks, which would you say is more tedious, the maxing of all the accounts you have, or how you are considered a top tier hell sniper on COD?
Oh, okay, I did see that. Yeah,
but I don't understand the second part being more tedious. Like what's the?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was just trolling.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I have a whole bunch of clips of like sitting on the side of helis and just sniping people flying around.
That's awesome. Was there? Yeah, no. There's man. It's the best time, and we already were just talking about this, like the golden ages of like first person shooters, like back when there's like abuse to use, like just basically abusing certain mechanics that make it so much fun, but ultimately it's not good for the game, but it's so much fun. It's the same thing with RuneScape when there's broken drop tables. Like those are ultimately the most fun parts
like
of the game.
not a lot of people know about it too. Yeah. That's the best part.
Yeah.
That always happens on like Warzone, for example, like when a new season start. And dude, there's a clip. I don't know if you play clips, but like there's a clip from a YouTuber named JGod.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody comes like every season because they change the metas, they nerf guns, they buff guns. So people are trying to find the meta, and then he always has people coming in the chat. They're like, "Dude, JGod, what's the meta? What's the meta, JGod?" He's like, and he says, "Okay, here's the meta. What you do? You try a gun. If you get shit on by somebody, you look at what gun they're using, you try it, and you keep going so you don't get shit on."
Yep, that's literally it.
But it's great every season because you'll die to a gun. You're like, "What did I just die by?" And then you'll try using it, and you just kill people. And nobody knows, and the death comms are amazing. It's like, "What did I just die by?"
Dude,
you use the meta before anybody knows about it.
We have a little bit of that with RuneScape, but everything is just already mapped out before the update lands because we play with a poll.
True.
So
everybody knows what to expect.
Yeah, like the content, like obviously is mysterious. Like the Coliseum release, obviously nobody knew what the final boss would be. Nobody knew what the waves would entail. But you know what are the good weapons. You know what everything's gonna drop, and it's just I don't know.
Like what Wooks did, basically, is a good example of abusing the boss.
Dude, Wooks is crazy. The fact that he doesn't even play this game, and then
he just comes back and breaks the game.
He is wild, man.
It's insane.
He's just,
I remember watching that, just like, what am I watching right now?
He's an actual pioneer god at this game. He just knows it inside and out.
A lot of people probably don't even remember the thing he did with Demo Mode. He's literally sitting there healing in the zone.
Yep, just using what was his name? Files? Is that the guy?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
That was the guy in Remington. Yeah.
Jesus, it's just crazy, man. His brain is just 3
it's
times
insane.
larger than all of ours. Yeah, I mean, dude, there are literal PVM gods that play this game 12 to 16 hours a day and have been playing all the new stuff with all the new updates, and they know every new mechanic that comes out. Wooks is chilling fucking bitches and just like, you know, making millions about whatever the hell he's doing. And he just comes and literally logs in for one day and gets the second. Port Kazard beat him barely because Port Kazard is also on that level.
Yeah, Port Kazard is insane.
He's insane. But the fact that Wooks got the second one is wild.
Yeah, for how much he just doesn't play the game, comes back at second, like all casually, while breaking the game.
Yep. He's nuts. Okay. Furry Wall asks, what would win in a fight, a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla?
I've had this, dude. I've literally had full-on arguments with people about this. 100% the bear.
Is that what it is?
I don't know what your thoughts are. What do you think?
So I think I've even heard some clips of like Joe Rogan talking about this kind of stuff. Like I've
gone through that convo so many times. People get so heated over it.
Okay, well, so I would assume. So first of all, I'm obviously their size. So like we have to like if I could see a visual of how big this gorilla is and how large of a bear you're getting, you know that means something.
It's like a polar bear or something. Polar bears are huge.
Jesus Christ, dude, polar bears are terrifying.
That is like fucking scary as hell.
That is like the most terrifying thing on earth. Like I swear to God.
I 100% agree.
Did you?
There's this
Yeah.
TV show called The Terror. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Uh-uh.
It's a bunch of guys trying to find like a passage up north, and they start getting hunted by this creature, and it's a giant polar bear. It's just the craziest thing ever, man. It's so insane. It's really good if you've never seen it. Definitely recommend it. It's a mini series.
I was watching something like Planet Earth, whatever those like other series like.
Oh, those are so good.
They're amazing watching. There's just such good like background to like watch as well. But there was like this scene of like these seals that were just like jumping off a cliff basically. I don't even know what it was. It was like some random cliff with a shore, you know, and these seals just wanted to hit the water or something. They kept fucking splattering basically. And you just see this polar bear creep up, and he's just like,
no way.
There's literally hundreds of like half dead seals. Just what? And he's just like, man, like this is basically like spawn camping right now. He's just like unlimited food.
Sitting there waiting for them to jump.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
The most disturbing thing is definitely when like there's like footage of a polar bear eating its own child.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Because it's starving, basically. Like, dear God, these things have no soul.
Yeah, that's actually
like they
wild.
are soulless. Like, just I would eat anything. Like this fucking crazy. Oh man, that's rough.
Speaking of the grizzly bears, have you seen speaking of movies too? Have you seen The Revenant?
Oh,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I've definitely seen parts of it. I can't recall it though, honestly.
Because there's a scene in that movie where he fights a grizzly bear. It's so crazy. It literally looks real. I don't know how they filmed it.
I need to watch that.
Definitely check out that clip. It's like a 3 minute long scene. It's ridiculous, but yeah, grizzly bear is destroying the silverback gorilla.
Okay, is it just raw strength, like just raw size and power?
I'd say it's claws, man.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
Okay,
I know a lot of people's arguments are with the gorilla, like it's so strong, it's just gonna punch the bear and kill it, but like it's I don't know, bro. Its claws are huge.
That would be so like. It sounds absolutely like horrific, but that would be the most interesting thing to ever watch. Be like an actual death match between a grizzly bear and a gorilla.
That would be insane.
That'd be wild. Yeah, I would honestly have said gorilla, but I think the things I've heard, I think there's like part of my intuition is like, no, I think the bear would win just simply because it's just so big and just it just swings its arm basically, just
decimates you. I think their claws are like 4 or 5 inches long or something. Really, like crazy.
Oh man, and what's really terrifying is like, you know, chimps and stuff. Like just you compare like a chimp to like a human, you know, like that, like the strongest human compared to like an average chimp, and the chimp is just miles stronger. Just their muscle is so dense.
Yep.
Just crazy.
That is true.
Imagine we were like that. Imagine like on top of us having like extremely like efficient, you know, like we've evolved to have like massive brains and stuff. Yep. On top of that, we also have like chimp strength, basically.
Oh, like, dude, people would be fucking killing each other fighting. Like, honestly, that's what
terrifying. Oh man.
Interesting question though.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. This guy says so. Shaded Step says, "Dude can recite every line of all the Iron Man movies." He's
so annoying. That's another person I play Warzone with. Like he doesn't know what RuneScape is. So anytime I'm like, I'm gonna go play RuneScape, or he sees any post about Iron Man mode or anything, he's like, "Oh, you're watching the Iron Man movies again?" No, he knows it's not, but he screws with me all the time.
God damn it. That's awesome.
I love him though, man. He's so funny. Anytime I'm like, I'm gonna go play RuneScape, he's like, "Oh, you're going to play Minecraft again?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's awesome. Lemois has a couple questions, but one that we haven't covered is, he says, "I've always wondered why the competitive aspect of RS, as in PKing and DMM, never really seemed to interest you because of your background with like first-person shooters and other competitive stuff."
I'd say it's the same reason as like if it's just the game has been out for so long and people have been doing it for so long. Like when I do stuff like that, like I want to be the best at it. Like that's always my mindset. Mm-hmm. And I know with how long people have been doing it, I'm never going to reach that. It's like if I wanted to go play like Valorant or something, like people have like I guess Valorant is probably not a good example. I have a lot of time on Counter-Strike, but it's like an example of Counter-Strike, right? If somebody starts Counter-Strike now, you're gonna be playing against, and you make it to like the pro league, you're playing against people like 20 or 30,000 hours. Like they have that much time on you. Like, sure you can get there, but I don't know. My mindset is if I can't be the best at something, I'm probably not gonna try. It's probably a shit mindset. Like I still PK. I enjoy doing it, but like I'm not gonna like full invest my time into it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just watch some of these people. Like I watch 10, 15. Like I can't even follow with my eyes or like Otoblock. Like their switches. Like I don't know what's going on when I look at it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. There's people are insane, man. I just don't think I'd be good enough at it.
Yeah, deathmatching especially is like just something
Like,
where
people are insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just got to have very, very, very precise clicks as well. Like you gotta understand the tick system inside and out, and just be able to really react.
I watched somebody do an 8-way switch legitimately, and I'm just saying like, oh, okay, I'll never do that.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, Evmeister says, I first heard of Devious while I was watching an Alkin stream. That being said, what's your favorite banter / rivalry amongst OSRS content creators and why? And what are some surprises you found between the different game modes while trying to max? Any tips to prevent burnout? A few different questions. I guess we'll cover.
I start from the last one really quickly because I mentioned it before. The preventing burnout. Just if you're not enjoying the game, don't play it. Like, it's the easiest thing. If you're forcing yourself to play the game, you're not going to want to play it, and it's going to make you play less. Like long-term consistency is always better than short-term efficiency. Like that's what I think. Rivalries. It's always stuck in my head. It's just I don't know if you remember when Alkin and Super making diss tracks on each other. That was so funny. I wish we'd have more of that back again. That was amazing.
I barely remember.
It was so funny. Everybody's just making diss tracks on each other in the diss track era.
I love that.
I don't watch too much RuneScape content. Like I don't watch any RuneScape YouTube videos at all. And there's only a few streams I watch because I'm, for the most part, when it comes to RuneScape, like I'm just always watching movies or something because I'm just grinding all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find movies more than I don't want to watch somebody play the game I'm grinding. I guess
that's fair.
Because I don't know. It's just I understand that people love watching RuneScape videos and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't like it too much.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. Okay, so what are his sandwiched question was what are some surprises you found between the different game modes while trying to max? If there are any come to mind.
I mean, UIM itself is like completely different. Like you have to do all the Intrana quests first, or you want to try to do the Intrana quest first because you can't bring any items there. So that's like the biggest difference I could think of between modes. I don't know. Since the game just kind of changes as time goes on, like we were talking about before, metas change and everything.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like UIM in general is just a big surprise.
I think it's just UIM as a whole.
Okay. Noodles has 3 questions. I'll start with the first one. What content are you most looking forward to doing on your post-max series?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably at this point, I'm actually really looking forward to doing raids since I haven't done much of them, like TOA and TOB specifically. Okay. So I've still done, like I said before, like 800 chambers or something. I'm definitely looking forward to doing those though. That'll be a lot of fun. I want to say it's mainly because I know Alkin wants to do it with me on his UIM when he gets there. But I think that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Definitely raid. I would have said BA before, but I already finished BA. BA was surprisingly to me some of the most fun I've had on this game since I played normal Iron Man.
Wow,
it was a lot of fun.
Wild to say. That's crazy.
Like it was like learning the game again, man. Like I don't know, like it's crazy how much there is to BA. Like the defender role itself, there's like when I was doing it, I was trying to learn like speeds and stuff. There's like an 80-page document on just defender on how to do it properly. Like it is crazy. Honestly, I think BA is probably the most like I know it's still considered a raid, right? I'd say it's the best raid in the game. It is amazing. The skill gap is crazy in BA. It's insane.
That is so funny. It's crazy how people like min-max these things. I mean, I'm just thinking of Nilo Room as well, where people just have documents of like perfect efficiency.
I
How to like
love
do
it.
this. It's just like you guys are wild. Like this is just like I mean, you could have been paid good money to this. Is just no, it's just pure hobby, fun, free time. Like just making like documents and spreadsheets and all these things.
It's amazing. I love it. I love things like that. Like I remember watching the like first time people were trying to do solo TOBs. That was so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Okay. What have you enjoyed / disliked most about Varlamore? Have you touched Varlamore?
I did on my normal Iron Man. I did the moons because I just wanted to make like a quick guide, obviously because everybody's searching Varlamore on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I actually really enjoyed doing moons. I think it was a lot of fun. I only did like 15 or 20, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing that on my ultimate. Other than that, I haven't done much yet. I'm looking forward to doing the hunter too, though. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I haven't done any hunter contracts, but moons is great, especially for like mid games. I would imagine like just the gear upgrades actually feel pretty significant, and it's like there's dupe protection, which is great. And what are your
the dupe protection is huge. That was massive.
That just makes things feel better. So what are your
100%.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? And what are your also thoughts? I don't know if you've done any DT2 bosses.
I haven't, but I know there's like they have like the new mechanics with that as well.
It's like dry protection, but ultimately you could still go dry. But yeah,
I don't know. I think things like that are definitely interesting. For like people that are going incredibly unlucky at certain content. I think it's cool.
Yeah, me too. I also like that Jagex experiments with these things. 'Cause that's the only way to really know if it works.
For sure. I really like it. But yeah, like you said, the moon's like not like it just gives you a bigger sense of progression.
Yep. It feels good. And the whole thing just feels really smooth. The different mechanics. The only thing, and I fully understand why they didn't do it, obviously, because they want uniques to be a good price, good healthy price. But I really wish there was a pet, man.
Oh yeah, true. That would have been awesome.
I know, but I understand they're trying to make this like a mid-level kind of Barrows-esque thing.
I mean, I wish they'd add a pet to Barrows.
Yeah, that would completely plummet the price of because there's just so many pet hunters nowadays, and so many people that just want to farm things for pets. So they always get nervous of things like that. But I don't know. Personally, I don't think there's a big problem. But maybe it's just because I'm jaded and play Iron Man. But
there's always something like you don't realize until somebody brings it up. You're like, oh shit, that's a good point.
Yeah,
there's probably something along those lines.
Okay,
I think it'd be cool to have a PC pet as well, though.
Yeah, oh my god, it's always funny because the people that get most butthurt are the people that call themselves pet hunters. So it's like, why do you
should want to keep hunting. You have more pets to hunt.
I thought you like hunting pets, man. Like, what's this? So it's always them that are crying the most about it. Most normal people that aren't pet hunters are like, yeah, give me pets or everything.
I guess that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm hunting pets on my UIM. I'm like, anytime I see more pets, I'm like, okay, more content for me, more time to have fun hunting pets.
It's so funny. Okay, his final question is Inferno / Coliseum soon?
Oh my god, I'm nowhere near good enough for either of this. I haven't done near enough PVM on this game.
Here's the real. The thing is, though, is like, I don't know. I feel like for Inferno example, like how many times have you actually attempted it? Like, have you ever attempted it? Like,
I've never even walked into it.
That is literally the same thing with me with UIM. Like you say, like UIM would be so fun if you just do it. Like, just do it. Obviously, this is a little bit different because this is like a skill thing. But bro, when I got my Infernal Cape, like this is before I was even a content creator. Like it's like 6 years ago or something. Like, dude, I was so shit at the game, but you just go in a few times and then it's like, oh, this whole thing is actually easy. Like,
wait, really?
It's not like it's easy. It's just like
not as hard as you had it in your head.
Yeah, no, but not even like not as hard. It's just, oh, this is what it is. It's just you have this mob, this mob, this mob, then it resets. This mob, this mob, this mob, this mob, then it resets. It's just like fight caves, and then all you have is like triple Jads and then Zuck, and Zuck is easy, and triple Jads is actually easy too. Like triple Jads is so easy. It's just the intimidation because they're Jads. Like if it was any other, if it looked like chickens were attacking you every 3 ticks, it would be like the easiest thing ever. It's just like the intimidation factor of like seeing these massive fucking tanks that can one shot you.
And then you're used from your childhood if you played it so much like a Jad is like the scary guy.
Yeah, but like so much of it is like literally like you just solve one wave at a time. It is long, but like you just solve one wave at a time. And it's like, okay, like I literally have gotten to the ending waves now. Like this was just actually like not even bad. It's the same thing with Colosseum too. Colosseum's actually even easier in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like the biggest thing that always put me off Inferno is like it taking like really long, like 2-3 hours. Like you get to certain waves, like I didn't want to be like, okay, it took me 2 hours just to get to this wave to practice it. But now with Colosseum, since it's shorter, like I feel like I'd probably do Colosseum before Inferno because I'd be able to learn more going into the Inferno.
Yeah, dude.
And then you can practice the mechanics like 10-15 minutes into it rather than waiting like an hour and a half.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like you just jump into it a few times. And of course, it's so much easier just like said than done, obviously. And I don't fully understand like where you're at when it comes to the game. Like you have your other things, but seriously, when you just step in a few times, everything it just seems so much more simple. Like, okay, this is actually just RuneScape ultimately. It's like just flick the prayer.
Yeah, fair enough.
It just solve a wave, solve the next wave, solve the wave. Just like as long as you can get to the next wave, it's like you're good. Like, and then you just beat it all of a sudden. It's like, oh, okay, shit. So I don't know. Nowadays, when I see content like Colosseum, don't get me wrong. Like I still got intimidated by it. Like the first few days, I was like, hell no, I'm not jumping in there until something's relatively solved. And then I stepped in a few times. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty comfy. Like this, get it down pretty easily.
Yeah, like I was watching a lot of streams because obviously eventually I want to go for the Inferno pet.
Yeah.
So I was watching a lot of streams on the Colosseum just to because I know Kirby explained a lot of stuff when he was doing it. So I was watching him, and I definitely got a lot out of it. Like there were certain like when I started watching that and they were talking about solves, I'm like I have no idea what the hell these guys are talking about. Like step out to go back this, I'm like, how do you know which one's gonna attack you? Stuff like that. And
yeah.
After watching him, it's like. I a little bit of a grasp on it more than I did before. Like I had no idea what they were talking about before.
And then you step in and do a few runs, sleep. This is what Adicon actually said. Like, and I didn't even realize this, but like you do some runs and then you sleep on it, and apparently the sleep the next day, like it's like more ingrained in you. So you just do that a few times, sleep on it, and then. Yeah, everything starts making more sense. And then when you watch more guides, it's like, oh, I've actually lived this situation and this is connecting way more with me now.
That's actually cool.
So,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, it's just like, it really is just like going in and trying it. And I'm completely with you where it's like some piece of content, like UIM, again, different kind of challenge, but I'm just like, hell no. But if I did it, I'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, another thing with me is I wouldn't want to practice it on another account, so I'd want to just do it on my UIM.
Oh yeah, dealing with that, like,
and I'd have to get all the supplies for it and whatnot.
Yeah, that doesn't sound super fun.
But I'll get to it eventually, and I know when I eventually get to it, I'll have fun doing it.
Yeah, you will.
It's just like I have so much stuff to do. It's not something I think about doing right now.
Yeah.
Even though the cape's really nice.
And ultimately, it's a game at the end of the day. So it's just like, why would you want to just put yourself under unnecessary pressure? So
I've always done. Just if I don't feel like doing something, I'm not going to do it. Even if I know it's efficient long term, it'll save me time. Like I'm not going to force myself to do something I don't want to do because I'm not going to want to play the game.
Yep. I totally feel it. Okay. Let's see. Pre-searing asks, which mode and which era of OSRS was the most fun for you? I think we've kind of already touched on that, but
definitely Doji Iron Man.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to ever return to your hardcore? And what made you jump headfirst into completing Wilderness on your UIM?
I don't have any plans to play hardcore right now. I want to play it, but I feel like since it's maxed already and I don't want to risk that account until I'm better at PVM. So after I've done a bunch of PVM on UIM and like I'm comfortable with everything, I'll probably play on that account. But I want to kind of like save it because I don't want to ruin an account like that just because I'm not good enough to play on it, I guess, is like to do PVM on it. I mean,
yeah, that's fair.
What was the other question about UIM?
What made you jump headfirst into completing Wilderness?
Okay, yeah, it was the main reason I played UIM. Like I just like doing things that you get a lot of satisfaction out of because
not many people do it, or not a lot of people have done it. And when I maxed out my accounts, I was kind of like, dang, what do I do now? Like, kind of bored. I'm like, okay, I'll go for the collection log. Like, I was trying to figure out which account I want to do collection log on. And I saw this, people like 1,400 log slots or something already on Iron Man. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that because people are already so far ahead of me. And then I saw Ultimate. It was like 2 people when I started, over 1,000 logs or something. So that's what got me into doing that. And when I started, I just figured to myself, I want to try to do the hardest things first, because then it'll be more chill in the end when I just have easy things left to do. Mm-hmm. So I started with BA. Like, BA was one of the first grinds I did after Barrows, just to try to get the pet. I spent like 500 hours or something getting that pet.
Jesus.
And
dude, that is horrible.
Yeah. And I had fun. I had fun the whole time. There was literally not a single time where I was like, I don't like doing this. And I want to say a big reason for that is because the community for BA is amazing. If anybody in here wants to do BA, like casual BA, the people in there are so helpful. You ask any questions, they're not gonna like call you a noob or anything. Like they genuinely are an amazing community. Like, those people are awesome to play with. And they won't like rage at you if you make a mistake or anything. They'll just laugh together. Like, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing with the Wildy. I saw there was like 4 people. I think there was only 4 UIMs. Actually, another one finished it yesterday. They finished all Wildy pets as well. That had gotten all Wildy pets on UIM. So I just thought it'd be something cool to go for, since not a lot of people had done it. It's also nice to do that because I'm not having a T-Bow or a Shadow or something sitting on the floor when I'm in the wilderness. So I'm just constantly freaking the fuck out. Like, I don't really have much on the floor, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, get it done now rather than doing it later.
Totally. What are your actual thoughts? Did you do any wilderness bosses pre-update?
I did not. No. Other than doing like the diary kills.
Yeah. I wanted to see if you had experienced that, just like what your opinion is on the change. I'm assuming you like you enjoyed your grind out there.
I had a lot of fun. Yeah, that's because I used an ult. If I didn't use an ult, I would have hated it.
Yeah, the ulting mechanic definitely. I mean, I didn't use it because I'm just one of those people. I'm too fucking lazy to have it.
I probably wouldn't have. If I was playing on
but you were a UIM, so it's just
UIM, you literally just perm skulled. You lose everything on you. Like, I can't be spending an hour to get all my stuff back just because somebody PKs me every time.
Totally. I fully understood, Yeah, no, it's definitely weird, though, because nowadays, like, you remember back in the day where, like, a Vedion pet was, like, the rarest shit.
Oh, yeah, you see that, you're like, damn, okay.
Like, you grinded. Like, well, most people got lucky on theirs, obviously, but, like, you still went out and did the most AIDS thing in the wilderness.
Yep.
And nowadays it's like, oh, just go and do your.
Mm-hmm. Now they're just super chill.
Yeah, it's like the Fortnite wilderness bosses. I love them personally. Like, I think they nailed it, but it definitely doesn't feel quite as prestigious.
Yeah, that's how I feel with all of them too. Like, the only one I'd really keep is the Scorpio pick, because that one you can't really scout. You kind of just have to deal with it. Like, I died like 4 times to get my pet or something. I got attacked like 7 times.
Yep.
You just gotta try to get away from it.
That one's brutal.
I think that one's cool to have on a UAM. The other ones are cool too, but like the Scorpio pet is awesome.
Yeah, and it's a weird, like, it's a 2x2, but it almost looks like a 1x2. It's like such an odd looking pet.
It really is.
Okay, this guy, his name is One. He's just saying, please make a new he is asking, please make a new Hardcore Iron Man series.
If I did that, it would definitely be like the group hardcore with Alkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see another reason to make a new hardcore when I already have the other one.
Yep. Have you ever wanted to do like some sort of snowflake?
I thought about it, and the only reason I'd ever consider it, honestly, is because of YouTube views. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
those accounts go crazy. Like, every other day, sometimes I'll just go on YouTube, type in OSRS, and do like the selection for like today, where you can view and just look to like see who are content creators I haven't seen before. Like, I don't watch much videos, like I said, like, but I like looking around and seeing who's making videos, what they're doing, like what's getting views, and I come across all these people, like, that are just blowing up with like chunks and extreme logs and stuff. They're getting like 100,000 views a video, and they have like 10K subs. Like, they're getting so many views doing these accounts. It's crazy.
That's all it really takes, man. Just have some unique idea and like just go masochistic mode on it. Interesting. I've definitely thought about doing like Snowflake stuff, but of course it would have to be through the content. You think I'm just gonna just grind that off stream, just fucking chunk account, like just not share it?
Imagine Limpward doing what he does just for fun.
I mean, there are people that do that, but ultimately you always find out about them because maybe they're not making content, but they're posting their stuff on Reddit, posting their stuff on Twitter. Just people do like doing those kind of things. I totally believe it, but it's so much more fun to share it as a video and even, you know, do it as a job, like get paid for it. Hell yeah, everyone would want that.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Another thing that I really think too is
go.
I don't like multi-logging too, so I'd have to like choose between do I want to play my UIM or do I want to start this new account. So that's another thing for me. So I'd rather just play one account.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay. Connor says, ask him about ruining an anime series for me with lies, which in turn ruined it further. Oh no. The like not leaking by saying the opposite or like saying things that like aren't true, but then oh my god,
he was watching Hunter x Hunter, and I told him something just to bait him on, and it ended up not being true, and he was pissed off. So he went the whole rest of the show thinking something was one way when it wasn't, because I told him it was.
Bro, the worst thing ever is when you like this. There's actually a few examples that come to mind that are just like my brother will tell me something. I'm like, no spoilers, no spoilers, and then he'll hear that and say he'll just make up something. So yeah, it's like the same shit where it's like now I'm expecting this thing to happen. And then, like, when it's the opposite, I'm like, you spoiled it in a worse way almost because,
change your whole like, perception of the show.
Yeah, just like, god damn it, like, just shush. You're just trying to shush them, like, just shut up, just don't say a word.
After I typed it to him too, I was like, oh shit, how do I fix this? I'm like, oh crap, I didn't mean to type.
How do you fix it? Just keep saying more things, keep saying more, falsities. Mandrew says, nice combat bracelet.
Fair enough, the classic meme.
Okay, now we're getting to that good question. Frick Banks asks, "What are your total Dash Pass savings, dude?" I'm actually like gonna go.
I'm actually gonna go look. It's gonna piss me off looking at it, but I'm gonna look.
Okay, wait. Where is it? Must just be on your picture. Right?
I remember where it was. Let me see.
Total Dash. Let me see. It must be on like.
I think it's under Manage Dash Pass.
Manage Dash Pass.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, where is it?
Oh God, is it the top?
Oh God. Okay. The thing is, okay, so let me just be very clear with mine before we share. I'll just say, so I had a massive DoorDash addiction from like 2021 middle of that kind of into like 2023 middle of it. It was like 2 full years of just like I'm just spending money on food. My rent is dirt cheap, and I'm just fucking forking. Dude, I even had nights, and this is back when I smoked weed. I don't smoke weed anymore, but like I had a year of like just smoking weed, and like the munchies were so crazy sometimes that like literally I would order like sushi. And I'd be like, I just want, like, I'm looking at every fucking roll. I'm like, this looks great. I'd order like $75 worth of sushi. Oh my God. And then I'd literally, as it's like the order's being placed on it, I'm like still fucking ravenously hungry. And so I'd order like some Cheesecake Factory or some bullshit. So I'd get like 3 slices of cheesecake.
No, that's OD. That's crazy.
Dude, I would wake up the next morning like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I need to stop this now. Like, this is bad. This is so, and it was all gone. Like I already ate it all, and I just felt sick. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyway, so like that's me. So that's like 2 years. So what? Before you say yours, like how long have you been addicted to DoorDash, and to what extent?
I want to say 4 years, 1 or 2 times every day.
Oh my God, okay, yours is gonna be way worse than mine.
Maybe because you're ordering like a lot. Like mine.
But keep in mind,
like
I stopped. Like
bucks.
I have chilled out the past like 7 months. I've been pretty chill.
That's what I need to do, man. I keep telling myself I'm going to order Factor because I know it'll save me so much money, and I just keep forgetting to do it.
I'm actually doing a Factor sponsorship right now. I actually just ate a Factor meal right before this podcast.
I want to get one too. They're actually really good.
Yeah, they're not bad. Well, they're not bad when they're 50% off. As soon as they're full price, hell no. That's me at least. Okay. So here's my. You've saved $2,411 in fees.
Oh no.
What's yours?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Okay, my 10,500.
Holy shit, dude. Bro. Bro. Oh my god, that's like 4 times as much as me, bro. Oh my god, that makes me feel so much better about my life, bro. Like, thank you for that. Like, Jesus Christ, that actually feels so good. Because I thought mine was like, I assumed yours was probably gonna be higher. You've been doing it for 4 years, and you haven't chilled yet, so it makes sense.
I don't. I need to stop, bro.
Oh man, yeah, 20. I just leaked that like fully. I've never told. I didn't even know that was my total saved. I'm very curious what other people, if they have Dash Pass.
Yeah, there was the Dash Pad, like when DoorDash made their Twitter account. I know they made a tweet like show your savings and everybody, and all the big streamers were showing their savings. I'm pretty sure one of them had like 24,000 or something.
Jesus
Can't remember which one it was.
Oh my god.
I mean, you know Trainwrecks, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, he probably like, oh my god, I don't even want to imagine what his is.
Thing is, okay, if I was at the point where money just,
Oh yeah,
I just have unlimited, like, and yeah, no, if I was seriously at that point where it's literally just whatever I look at, I get. Like, I just, go on, order fucking steaks and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, literally just don't think about it.
Yeah, it would be wild because I would just order for like every meal. Just like, why not? Just might as
So
well.
convenient, yeah.
And I'd even get healthy stuff. I'd get like, if I'm feeling light, it's not like I need to go like crazy and
You literally just order people to deliver groceries to you too. Like you look at, like I want to order something from a grocery store. Just
Yeah.
get a bunch of stuff.
No, that's what that's literally why I use DoorDash now. Like, it's the only reason I still have a pass is because I just get shit from like Albertsons now. It's a grocery store here, so interesting. Yeah, that's Dash Pass for us. So
That's why he asked. I'm pretty sure because I posted it on that tweet a long time ago.
oh man, it's so addicting though. So
It's so convenient. You just walk outside, pick it up.
okay, I will say though, I think a big reason why I actually started chilling. Well, actually, there's multiple reasons. One is just money, and it's what's the craziest thing about stopping DoorDash, by the way, because I've chilled on it so much. I only get groceries like maybe like twice a month or something through it. Is you realize you are saving so much money stopping like that is like the silver lining about being addicted to DoorDash is as soon as you stop it's like a secondary income basically. It's like, oh shit, like I'm actually just getting paid now to just eat normal.
Just
Eat like a normal person, just cook food.
it's like you have like a second job you're making.
Yeah, it's literally that. So that feels good, but part of the reason is because where I live right now, the apartment building is right next to a bike path, and there is occasionally problems with like homeless people. So the apartment building I'm in is actually locked. So it was such a fucking inconvenience because I'd have to like contact my Dasher and be like, hey, like just when you pull up, like I'll come outside and grab the food. And then they're not even reading the message or something, and so I'm getting like
leave it there and
calls.
it's gone.
It's just it was so much worse in Alabama because I could just fucking fall asleep if I wanted, and the food's right next to my door and it's like hidden. I'm just chilling. Yeah, it's crazy. DoorDash, they've I mean, I don't know if they've fully monopolized. Like, I know in America, like obviously there's Uber Eats and stuff.
Yeah, and like Grubhub.
Yeah. DoorDash is the biggest though, right? Surely.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Usually when I talk to people about delivery stuff, most of them will say DoorDash.
Do you know any people that actually do the dashing? Like, do you know? Because I have a few viewers actually that dash, and they talk about it.
My brother did it for a little bit.
What's wild is in Portland, Oregon, one of my friend's dad, who had a literal career making good money, started Uber eating in Portland and was making more than his career just by doing that for 8 hours a day. Yeah, he was making more. I don't know. Like, it's actually crazy. If you're in a big city, doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff is like highly profitable. It's like
I mean,
wild.
yeah, some people probably leave really, really big tips.
And some people are more efficient than others. You got to think about this. Like, if you're
True,
playing
yeah.
RuneScape for 8 hours a day, some people are going to get no XP. Some people are going to be grinding the fuck out of it and doing the efficient routes, choosing all the efficient orders, choosing, because nowadays when you order food, I mean, the driver's going to like 3 or 4 different locations, at least here. If I get stuff, it's like there's like 4 different drop-off points. I'm like, bruh, like, can I get my food quicker? But ultimately, like, there's
Yeah, that's why I always pay for that,
the quick.
the instant one. Yeah,
It's so annoying
my
when it takes like
kiddies
an
orders.
hour to get to you, and you're like, bro, you're just pissed off the whole
yeah.
time.
You see him driving another way, you're like,
I know. It's like, stop. Yeah.
God, I went through like a year and a half of not doing the express, and then it got
It's
to the
always
point.
express.
It took me like 2 hours to get my food one time after they picked it up, and I was just like, yeah, never again.
Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. One Puff Wonder asks, do you regret dropping your potions when you were maxing the UIM? Follow-up question, why are you so handsome?
Freaking tough. So I did mention a little bit before that I was gonna do PVM on my UIM, but then they announced groups, so I was like, oh crap, I have to max it. I had like 40,000 raw sharks because I wanted to have as much sharks for PVM as possible, so I did minnows like for 99 cooking. Like I was gonna do it passively and get 99 cooking as I PVM'd.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they announced it. I'm like, okay, well, there goes all the sharks. Just cooked them and dropped them, all 40,000 of them. And then, since I was in a rush too, I didn't really want to go through the process of decanting my Cerebrews as I made them. So I just dropped them as I made them. I would have had like, I mean, I have 6,000 mole kills. I would have like 14,000 four doses or something, which would have been amazing for like necks. But now I have 0 Cerebrews when I could have had like 14k
Yep.
because I didn't plan to PVM on the account after. Like, it's unlucky. I really wish I didn't do that.
Yeah.
The biggest regret I have on that account is dropping those Cerebrews.
See, that's the nice thing about normal iron is you just hoard everything, so it doesn't even matter. You don't have to do some future planning. Just you're good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing I like about UM. That's like the planning. I love the planning.
I see. Yeah.
When you start your account, you just yeah, have huge notepads just nonstop. Like you finish your notepad, and then you stop playing. You write another notepad of planning stuff.
Yep. So let me ask you this, like, I mean, you've obviously mentioned a few things that like have been really fun, but what is your favorite piece of content in RuneScape? Like when you think of old school and you think of like, this sounds really, really fun, or this was like the most fun I had, like what is that piece of content?
That's actually a hard question.
And it can be tied to nostalgia too, I guess, like mild nostalgia, because some of the times, like the grinds we think were so much fun, like you go back and you're like, you were actually miserable,
Yeah,
but it was actually fun.
exactly. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna sound weird to say it, but I think it might have been the Zora I was doing for 99 rune crafting on Iron Man. And the only reason is because back then in Iron Man mode, there was like a big team speak, and you usually have like I don't even know how many people are on the top page, I can't remember, but there was usually like 10 or 15 people on the top page every day of Iron Man, just all in the same team speak call together. And there was like 10 of us just all doing Zora together and like racing each other to try to get 10k first, like who's doing the most per day and stuff. And I really, really enjoyed doing that. It's probably like nostalgia, the social aspect of it.
Yep.
But that was probably the most fun I've had. Like,
Okay.
it was a lot. It was a lot of fun.
And what was your absolute least favorite? Curious.
Oh, we're literally. I don't know why we're trying to add a skill when we can just remove a skill and get rid of mining. I fucking hate mining.
What do you what do you do for mining though? That's the real question.
I literally did 2 granite, 2 sandstone.
I see.
I tried to do just granite and I couldn't be asked.
Yeah. So were you doing like the tick manipulation, dropping and everything? Or
Oh no, I just full
chilling?
inventory then dropped.
Oh, but you would still tick manipulate and then.
Oh
drop.
no, I wouldn't.
Oh wow! So you're just sitting there clicking that. Jesus
Yep.
Christ. That sounds horrendous. I
think
mean,
I did
the
it
tick
on all 3 of my
manipulation.
accounts too, or all 4 accounts. All 4 accounts I did that. The same thing.
God damn, dude.
That's probably why. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did iron in the mining guild for my UIM and group account. I think.
Yeah,
I think I did it on my UIM.
makes sense why you hate it then. I mean, mining is one. Yeah, I mean, you've also done this shit on multiple accounts, so I don't blame, like you just had
It'd
so
probably
much.
be different. It was just
How
one time
much
maxing, to be honest.
how much total mining XP have you obtained in old school?
Like 55 mil, maybe 60 mil, something like that.
Oh God, yeah, that makes a lot more sense
It's
now.
all from just fucking non-tick manipulating two granite 2 sandstone.
So bad. Oh man.
I cannot stand mining.
So let's like just for those listening, I'm also curious. I'm always curious of like content creators' kind of lifestyles, just comparing it to my own and how it's kind of like differed over the years. But like, what is like the average day for you, as long as your day does consist of making a video potentially? Like, so what is like what time you waking up? What are you doing? Like, what's the game plan daily?
The sleep schedule, I mean, recently it's been pretty good. Like, I haven't done a sleep schedule for like a month, but I mean, it depends on the content you're doing. Like I said, if you want to do Wildy, you have to be up late. Certain things, you don't want the world to be laggy. You want to be on hours, and not a lot of people are. You can find a decent world, but it would depend on the day. Because I go to the chiropractor once a week. Started doing acupuncture.
How's that?
Oh, the acupuncture's relaxing as hell. The chiropractor, like, I have no pain in my neck or back anymore. It's really nice.
It's amazing. I heard it's like actually beneficial in so many ways beyond physical even.
It's so nice. Like this, I've literally just in pain all the time until I started doing that.
Wow, it's just a weekly thing, just like
Well, it was a weekly thing at the start, but I'm doing it like once every couple weeks now.
okay.
Acupuncture I still do every week though. But I mean, I just wake up, check Twitter. I usually don't eat when I wake up. I don't know, I just can't eat in the morning. Just order some food, just chill, and then try to walk for like 30 minutes later on. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's all I do unless I'm going out with friends, like every couple weeks.
So what is the like video editing process? Is that just throughout playing? Like I'm curious like how your editing goes. Is it just like you just record clips and then compile them at a certain date, or like how does that all work?
So with I don't know, do you use Camtasia?
No, I just use OBS. The thing
Camtasia,
is, yeah, go for
it
it.
throws clips in order on the timeline, which is really nice. You just record the clip and it's all in order when you save it. Like it automatically puts it on the timeline. I do live in a house with a bunch of people, so like past a certain time, I don't use my mic. So like if I want to say something at like certain times, I'll write it down in Notepad and I'll just go back to it later. So like usually I'll just go through, edit the clips I have recorded with my voice, and then I'll have my notepad and I'll just go over the clips I need to record and just read it like a script. I know a lot of times people say I talk quick too, and that's usually when I'm reading the script. So I'm just talking faster, trying to read it and get it edited. Because I procrastinate till like last second days I want to upload. But yeah, it's usually just a mix of those two.
Now, when you started like content creation and YouTube, and obviously you kind of shared your history, you were, for years, you're kind of at a low sub count and then just boom, explosion. Did you have any like other content creators that were like inspirations to you that you like looked up to and wanted to follow their style?
I really don't want to say it, but I've told him before and it's going to piss me off, but I watched Alkin a lot during RS3. I fucking hate Alkin, God. I watched him a lot during when I was in like high school.
Yeah.
And
Is
like
that interesting?
college.
Like actually like being friends?
Oh yeah, somebody watching, you're friends with him. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about. Like I think about it sometimes. Like I used to watch this guy, and he's like the reason I started. Like I made RuneScape 3 videos. They didn't go anywhere. I had like 10 views a video, Yeah. But I went from that into making like Call of Duty Zombies videos. I did that for a while, and when I saw RuneScape was coming out again, like I'm like, oh, Old School's coming out. Like I've been doing YouTube on this other game, so I'm like, well, why not try it on RuneScape? So I went to that, and yeah, I'd definitely say Alkin was one of the people I watched the most that got me into YouTube in the first place.
Yeah, Alkin is something else. I mentioned this earlier, but like, do you think he's ever gonna stop grinding this game? Like,
No.
he seems like a player that is just like, this is life. I mean, this is just ingrained, no matter what. It's the same way I see Hey Jace. Like,
Jace is not stopping until he has every single item in the game.
I know. He just like they're built so differently.
I don't know how Elkin plays like 3 accounts consistently every single day. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's just totally content, just chilling,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
full
it's
chilling.
just vibing.
Yeah, that's cool. Um,
Oh,
so yeah,
sorry. Also Soup, like early Soup videos, like when he
yeah,
was
yeah.
or early Soup videos for sure as well.
So let's so you're you passed the 100K sub milestone. Like first of all, did you ever think you'd get that like when you first started YouTube? Like was it just
There's a point like I remember vividly,
yeah.
and I was just sitting down and I was like, "Dang, I'm at 4,000 subs. Like, it'd be crazy if one day I could get 10K. I know I'll never get 100K. Like, I see people on 100, like that's literally never gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna set my goal to 10K. It would be insane if I could get 10K."
Yeah.
And I just think back to that moment. I was sitting there and I'm like, I said I could literally never. Like, it's not a possibility ever of getting 100K. And then I got it, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's so crazy to think about.
Do you so most people obviously we're humans and so we kind of have this thing where like the goalpost keeps moving and we're never satisfied.
Of course, yeah.
What do you like obviously when you're thinking back to that point and you're like, man, like you couldn't even imagine yourself being at 100K like 100K. Are you a creator that like really aspires for the next goalpost or like you really want this new goal? Because I know there obviously like there's a lot of old school creators that are above 100K and they all are just wanting to get to that next step. And so they have to publish tons of leagues content or tons of, their new series or whatever and try to push for that. Like how are you as a YouTuber at this point? Are you content or are you pushing for that next milestone?
I definitely say I'm content right now. Like, I've thought about this a lot. I know with UIM videos, like the way I'm making videos, they take me like 100 to 200 hours to make. I post like once every 2 weeks. I get like 100 subscribers a video, right? So I'm getting like 200 a month or something. So I know like I'd have to stop doing this and completely change what I'm doing if I want to focus on subs. Like, I'd have to start making top 10 videos, doing something completely different. And I don't know, it's just, I enjoy what I'm doing.
Yep.
To where I'd rather enjoy playing the game this way than forcing myself to do different types of content just to get more subscribers. Because I'm still getting like decent views, like, so I'm just kind of content with it.
Yeah, you hit a point where like I don't know, like are you getting sponsorships most videos? Like how does that all work?
Yeah, I'd say to get like mostly two opportunities a month. About a lot of the times it's hard for me to like take most of them because my videos take so long to make. I'm back and forth between Warzone, so sometimes I won't know if I'll be able to get a video out on a specific date because I need to spend so much time making it. So it's kind of like it's easier when I'm just playing the game. Like when I'm just playing RS for like 3 or 4 months and there's nothing going on in Warzone. It's easier to do that stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's wild the time we live in where it's just, bro, you can just be a YouTuber. Like, just
I know it's crazy.
What did your parents think? Like, did they ever like when you first kind of when you started exploding, sort of like were they?
I told my mom at one point, I'm like, Mom, I want to take a break from school because like I was already done with like all my GEs and everything. And I like was going for my bachelor's in computer science, and this is like around the time Hardcore came out, so like my channel was doing really good. Like I kind of just want to take a break just for like half a year just to see where I can go with this, and she was completely against it. But and then you see the money, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're super interested in it. They ask me all her and my dad ask me all the time like how your videos doing and stuff.
Shit.
Like, she'll check my videos all the time. Just like, oh, your new video got decent amount of views. I'm like, yeah, it's doing pretty good. It's cool.
So what advice do you have for like new creators that want to kind of like make YouTube videos and stuff? Do you have any like specific advice?
Yeah, I'd give the same advice I'd give for somebody trying to do streaming. Don't like there is a correct way to go about doing it. Like, you don't want to do something where you're wasting your time when you can be investing it better. Like, make sure your quality looks good. You don't have like black screens. You make sure try to get your your audio set. Like, get everything set first before you just start making stuff. And you don't want to try to think about doing something that people are going to want to watch. Don't just like start recording yourself doing something that everybody else is doing. Like, here's my new Iron Man. I'm going for 99 fire making. Like, nobody's gonna click that because they see everybody doing it. Like, try to do something unique. Try to think of an idea nobody's done before. What like you only need one video to blow your channel up for the most part. Like, I think it's better to invest your time into one video than wasting your time making like a bunch of other videos. Like, if you have to spend, I don't know, 500 hours making a super super unique video that nobody's done before, like, that's all it takes is one video. Like, take your time, invest into coming up with that idea, because that's going to be the best way to grow a channel off the start. Have to do something unique with the amount of people like making videos. You literally have to.
Yep. Are you going to RuneFest, by the way?
I want to, but I'm going to say 100% for sure.
Okay.
I definitely want to.
Yeah, that's kind of me. I'm like still waiting. Maybe Jagex helps a little bit with accommodations. I know there's been kind of like saying that sort of,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely going to be expensive, but it's definitely something like where that will be an amazing time if I.
Oh yeah, I keep telling myself like, if I don't go, I know I'm gonna regret.
I know it always happens. So
especially since it's been like what, 5 years or something, 6 years since the last one.
5
Like,
years, yeah. Now, have you
for
ever
me,
been to one?
I have not. No.
Me neither. Yeah.
Like, I hate being on West Coast. If I was East Coast, I think it would be a lot easier because you just one plane flight there. But you have to fly across the whole country, and then you have to fly
Same.
again. It's like, just seems like a pain. I really wish they'd do one in the U.S.
That'd be. I don't know if they ever would. I mean,
yeah, because their base, it would
Yeah.
be, they'd have to all fly over. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely not something that's gonna happen, but it'd be nice.
it
Like,
would.
somebody could organize an event, like their own type, like not officially RuneFest, but like just some sort of event
Well,
where everybody who plays the game can meet up.
bro, you weren't at TwitchCon, were you?
I
Just
wasn't
this
at the
last
last one. I was at the one in San Diego.
Oh, I see. So I wasn't at the San Diego. I was at this last one. But the last one, so like the base team, like they organized, like, they had this massive Airbnb and they organized like very well these parties where like, Mod Sween, Mod Aiza are there and every single creator is there that were
Wait,
like,
really?
yeah, there was like 80 people. Like just straight up,
Wow.
like just all old school creators, basically. It was amazing. It was so
That is
cool.
awesome. I hope they do that for this next one, because I'm going to the next one, so that would be sick.
I think that really is the plan. Like they organize it so well, because if it wasn't for that, it really would have been all spread out and kind of sporadic. Kind of meeting a few people here and there, but there's no organized thing. But no, they really nailed it. And like, man, I met so many people. So it was just. Yeah, once you experience that, you're like, I can never miss one of these again. These are just too special. They're so good.
Yeah, I got to meet a few people at the San Diego one. Like, I was walking down the street and randomly just saw Rice Cup and Mad Cow just eating. I was like, oh, cool.
Yep. Dude, I met up with them at the Crusader party in Vegas, and
oh yeah, I remember they were doing that.
yeah, and they're awesome. It's so cool to see people in the flesh. It's like, geez,
Yeah,
you just spend so
like
much
weird
time behind
to think about,
computers,
yeah.
and it's like, damn, like, yeah. Especially when like seeing Bodhi, especially. Like, I've met Bodhi twice now, and it's like, bro, like
Like, that's Bodhi.
I didn't even think you were real. Like, I thought you were just like just like a person on the TV, but no.
People always look. It's weird seeing in person because they always look different. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude. So the first creator I actually met was Nine Rain, and like I thought he was like 6'4". I thought he was tall. No, the dude's my height. Like I'm like just just over 5'10".
Everybody seems taller than they actually are. Like, on stream, I don't know why.
Puggin.
Yeah,
Puggin initially I thought was like 5'6". Like, I thought that dude was short. Like, you just look at it.
he's
like,
super tall, isn't he?
yeah, he's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Bro, and he bulked up too. So he's like 200 pounds now, just like straight up machine. It's just wild. Like, you just see him. Like, I just remember seeing him. I just thought he was like so, because he was so young when he started streaming too. Initially, I just thought he was like this short, kid. And he's just fucking massive. And then, yeah, there's I don't know if you know Eliop. He's
I don't know him personally, but I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. He is a bear. He's like
Really?
He's like 6'8".
Yeah,
He is like 6'8", like probably like 270, 280.
holy
like just
hell.
massive.
I know he comes up when people talk about like if RuneScape creators like all did boxing matches, like people like Eliap would just kill everyone.
Dude,
I see that.
he is. Yeah, you do not want to be. If you were to like make him aggro, like you just no, it's over for you. You don't want to be in his aggro range. Yeah. All right, Devious. We've covered most topics, and I think we're gonna wrap things up here. So I want to just thank you for your time today. This is actually like so much fun.
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
I haven't done one of these for a while. Like I did one with Rakesy and Race Cup and Macco a long time ago, but I haven't done anything like this since then.
Well, I appreciate your willingness. It's always like just fun talking, and of course, like just it's cool because you were another one of those creators where I wasn't even I didn't even think I'd ever be a content creator, and I was watching your videos.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just getting this opportunity, it's really special for me. So I just greatly appreciate
awesome,
you.
bro. Thank you.
You being like so willing to come on. So, but before we end though, I do want to ask if you have some shout outs to give, maybe other creators or anybody in the community that you just want to give shout out to.
I mean, obviously, always shout out to Alkin, even though I hate the guy.
I love that so much.
I guess I definitely shout out to Ember, who's a UIM. The dude is insane. He's like 1150 log slots right now or something. Dude is just going insane. I wish he'd make videos, but he doesn't. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't think I have anybody to shout out.
That works. I mean, I just always bring it up on my guests, so that's not like there was any.
Oh, actually, I do have one. If people don't know who Ultimate Low is, he streams sometimes. His Twitch is Ultimate_Low.
He's a beast.
Yeah, dude is insane. He has like 52 out of 59 pets on his UIM. Like, it's crazy. Like, definitely follow that guy's stream because it's just crazy to watch. Like, he has so much stuff on his account. It's insane.
Yeah. Didn't he also got like third age druidic and shit?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's wild.
Dude's account is insane.
Well, great shout outs. For those listening, down in the description, I'm going to have Devious's links. So YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, anything else you'd like linked?
No, it's good.
Okay, cool. Devious, thank you very much for coming on. If you guys want to support the podcast, down in the description as well, there's a YouTube membership link and a Patreon link as well. You can subscribe. And next Monday, we're going to have No Monkey on for his third appearance because he is the world record Coliseum.
Yeah, he got like 1630 or something, right?
1610. And
That's
dude,
insane.
just to put into perspective, like I had Adicon and Mulgo Kirby on. Adicon said like getting a sub 17.
I remember him mentioning that, yeah.
Yeah. And then literally just a few days later, 1610.
That's the first thing I saw on Twitter when I woke up, and I was just like mind blown to see that number.
He's crazy. So I'm really excited for that one. But thanks all for listening. And Devious, thank you once again for your time tonight.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.